Hi guys, welcome to my December videos. This is Pisces Priestess, and for any of those that are new joining my channel, I want to thank you. And I also want to thank you guys for the last time I checked, there was 347 followers, and that is just so amazing to me. Now I'm aware that that's a small number. Some tarot readers have, well, I guess YouTube readers, some YouTube people, YouTubers, they have millions of followers, but I'm in my corner of the world. I'm one person. This is my story, and I can't believe that there are over 300 people who watch my videos and care about my messages, and that to me is just the best thing. I never thought that this would take off so fast, so I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. It means so much to me. Your comments mean so much, guys. And here I am in December recording the videos for you now. And, part of me can't believe it. Part of me is like, it's December, So, and it is an intense month indeed. We are in Sagittarius season this month. And at the end of the month, we will be entering in Capricorn season. Now, this month is all about, I would say the first half of the month is all about communication. It's all about enlightening truth. It's all about our beliefs. It's all about our higher knowledge. And I say this because we have a third house and a ninth house opposition. Every month we have, the moon has a chance to be full in light, and it has a chance to be completely absent in light. So we call that a full moon and a new moon. The new moon is going to be happening in a few days on the 18th, and it's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius. We had the full moon already. So if you're watching this, we experienced a full moon on the December 3rd. And you guys know me, I like to cover the astrology in my intro videos, and we'll talk a little bit more about some things that apply to the individual signs in the videos. So the first thing that really happened in December was that full moon. That full moon completely changed my life. It was very enlightening. It was a very mutable moon. We always have a mutable moon before we have a cardinal moon. And that's very interesting. I am a mutable sign. The mutable signs are Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius. We're in a mutable season, okay? And it makes sense why mutable would come before cardinal, because mutable signs are all about change. It's all about adaptability. So a lot of people don't realize this, but whatever season we're in, it kind of flows with that kind of change. So when we reach a mutable sign, mutable signs represent the end. We start out with Aries, and then we go, that's a cardinal, and then we go to Taurus, and that's fixed. And then we move to Gemini, and that is mutable. And then there's 3. And then we start again to Cancer, and that will be a cardinal. So we've reached Sagittarius season, and that means that it's like a cycle almost that's ending. And it makes sense that it's mutable, because in order to create action, which is what a cardinal sign would be, and that would be Capricorn energy coming in, we had to initiate change. You can't apply action to something before changing, okay? You have to make the decision to change before you can, make action towards something. So that's how our universe works, and right now it's a time for change. Everybody's changing in so many different ways. You thought that was just in Scorpio season, huh? But it's definitely kicking off here in Sagittarius season. Another thing is, around this time of year, there's a lot of other changes happening as well. We come up on the winter solstice, and that's the shortest day of the year. Very, very powerful day of the year. That would be on the 21st. Some people consider it to be on the 22nd. But I would say the 21st is the winter solstice. Now, we're jumping a little bit ahead. We have a few things happening before that. So we covered the full moon in Gemini, so that was completions, and that's happening in different areas of our life, you guys. I'll talk a little bit about that in the videos here. And then we had a Mercury retrograde on the same day as the Gemini full moon. I'm sure if you watch other readers, they're talking about this as well. It's very interesting because Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So for Mercury to go retrograde on the same day as a Gemini full moon, very significant. We had that. It's been retrograde for a couple weeks now, week and a half, and it will go back direct on the 22nd, okay? Then, of course, I wanted to mention on the 18th, we have a Sagittarius stellium in the sky. Okay, that's very important in different areas of our life, guys. Very important to know where Sagittarius is for us. For example, for me, a Pisces, Sagittarius is my 10th house. Okay, so that's all about career, it's all about long-term goals, things like that. So it's wise to know where Sagittarius falls in your chart and also in your personal chart. In my personal chart, Sagittarius falls in my 12th house, in my 11th house. So there's going to be a stellium there for me, and well, for us. And what a stellium is when 3 or more planets are coupled together in the sky. So on that day, okay, especially very, very important for Sagittarius, but very important for all of us because we're all under the same universe. We all connected to the same light. And, you know, this is going to be very, very important for us. All about our beliefs, all about higher knowledge, even travel, philosophy. So we're going to have the sun in Sagittarius on the 18th. We're going to have the moon. We're going to have Saturn. We're going to have Venus. And we're also going to have, what is that last planet? Mercury? It might be Mercury. But I know that there are 5 planets. It is Mercury. It is Mercury. Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius until... I know it moves into Capricorn, but it might not move into Capricorn this month. I'm not sure. So it will be Mercury though. I don't have here that Mercury's moving right now. So there's going to be that powerful stellium in Sagittarius. I wanted to mention that to you guys. We had Chiron go direct in Pisces. Very, very important. Moving forward with pain. Whereas before we were dealing with a lot of past pain. So now this is the chance to heal ourselves in the moment. We went back into the past for a really long time to heal past wounds. Okay. That's the wounded healer, Chiron. We had Mars enter Scorpio on the 9th. We have a Saturn entering Capricorn. Okay, that is one of the most, I would say one of the most important astrological aspects this month. Okay, we all have Capricorn in a different spot in our chart, you guys, but Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is coming home, all right? I'm going to try my best to do Saturn videos. I think I'm going to schedule them in around, because I never do my videos before around the 15th. I like the month to take its course for a couple months. That way I can work with the energy. I can feel what's already happened. It comes out in my readings. We could talk about what's happening now, and then we can talk about what's going to happen. So a past, present, and future type of thing. With that being said, I'll probably wait for Saturn to be in Capricorn for about a week. And at the same time, I have a Cap rising, so I believe I'm going to be doing a lot of meditations and just initiations with my ruling planet. So yeah, I'll probably be able to get to those Saturn videos beginning of January, I want to say. Okay, so be on the lookout for my Saturn videos. I'm going to record what I think Saturn means in astrology and what I think Saturn will be doing. We're all going to have our karma shift. Saturn is the lord of karma. So, you know, instead of it being in the 9th house of Sagittarius, it's going to move into Capricorn, the 10th house, but it's a different house for all of us. So after that, Saturn moves into Capricorn. I mean, it's like boom, boom, boom. 18th, we have a new moon. 19th, we have Saturn moving into Capricorn. 21st, we have a winter solstice. The sun moves into Capricorn the 21st too. On the 25th, Venus moves into Capricorn. And of course, for those of you who celebrate Christmas, that would be Christmas there. And then we have a happy numerology year. I myself, as an astrologer, I consider the new year to start on March 20th when the sun enters Aries. Yay! That would be that's when the whole universe shifts paradoxes, right? But numerology has a factor here. So instead of 2017, universal year 1, and I should do a whole video on universal year 1. Our universe has these 10-year cycles, right? And 2017 was a brand new cycle. It was a universal year 1. And I'm not hearing a lot of astrologers talking about that. So I might do my best to put out a video soon about that as well. Perhaps at the end of January when we're in a universal year 2. So, you know, we're officially initiating, and we've ended the first chapter to a new cycle, and then we'll be entering chapter 2, universal year 2. Also, I do believe next month we have an Aquarius eclipse. I did put that down here at the bottom, but I believe I will talk about that a little bit more next month. And another thing I didn't put here is around the 19th, when Saturn moves into Capricorn, we're also going to be on the cusp of prophecy, okay? Very powerful cusp, and I believe it would end on the 25th when Venus enters Capricorn. So very powerful month. That was just a little bit of my basic notes. I don't want to make this intro video too long because my videos, guys, are pretty long this month. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the readings that what you can look forward to in my video. So this month I wanted to do a 9-card spread because Sagittarius is the 9th sign. I'm using, I guess I should have got these out before, but I'm using my Indigo Angel deck. I thought that was so beautiful. Sagittarius is such a light sign. You know, they are the mutable fire sign, very, very light sign, very, very light energy. So I'm going to be using my Indigo Angel deck to get the first 9 cards, and then of course I'll be using the original Rider-Waite Tarot. Kind of as clarifiers, but as more so as an extension, just to get a better idea of what the energies have been. I've done a few readings. Sorry guys, my voice is a little cracky, but I've done a few readings already, and they are very powerful, very, very powerful. They're a little bit longer because obviously there's 9 cards, and then I put 9 cards over that, so 9 plus 9 is 18, 8 plus 1 is 9. So I thought that was very beautiful to have some numerology playing. I like to have a theme sometimes, so I have this kind of 18 card spread this month, guys. It's a lot of cards, but it's what do you expect with this? Is kind of a, what these readings are becoming is kind of an overlook of the whole year. Okay, there's a lot of energy coming up, and it's because I'm a Pisces. You know, I represent the last house of the zodiac, so 12 is a very powerful number for me. You know, I didn't even really realize that, but we're in the 12th month. Spirit works in 12s a lot, and it's because 1 plus 2 is 3, and Spirit works in trinities. So this is a very powerful month numerology wise. The 12th of this month, 12/12, was a very powerful day as well. So we're really, really coming up on the end of a cycle here, guys, and December is what is the symbols behind that. It's kind of symbolic for that. So that's what I'm doing for the readings. And also I want to thank Capricorn and Sagittarius because I was looking, I wanted to start doing kind of some giveaways type of things, making my readings a little special. So I looked, I'm not sure how it is now, but I looked about the beginning of January. I looked at my videos, checked the feedback, and Capricorn had the most likes. Sagittarius had the most views. So I will be pulling an extra card for your guys' reading this month, and it's going to be from the Wisdom of the House of Knights. I figured, you know, that would be a nice, because these cards here really cover some hidden energies. It's all about the night and what's hidden. And since there's so much light going on, you know, it might be nice to know what's behind the scenes. So Sagittarius, Capricorn, thank you so much for liking my videos and for, you know, viewing my videos. It kind of worked out because this is your guys' birthday month, so happy birthday. This is my present to you. And next month we'll see who has the most views and who has the most likes, and I will do something fun with that. Also guys, I am adding sage this month to my videos. I have incense and I have sage. I think incense are a very, very powerful method of honoring the air element and honoring the fire element. Incense are air and fire, and that's exactly what we're dealing with this month, is Sagittarius, a fire sign, and air, Gemini. So I'm working with incense for everybody. That's for all the videos. I thought about maybe having that as my giveaway, like maybe some videos have an incense, but actually I'm just in need. These are very powerful energies this month, guys. I'm tapping into a lot of things behind the scenes. You know, I'm going to get some very powerful messages out here so that we could head into our new year, so we can head into 2018, I should say, with clear intent. There's been a lot that's happened this year. 2017 was an extremely enlightening year for me, and I hope it was for you guys too. Now, enlightening isn't always easy. It can be very hard to wake up to the truth and to see things that you didn't see before. So, excuse me, my throat chakra. But yeah, it can be very, very intense waking up to all these things, and I think we've come a long way. I think it's been extremely transforming, and I'm actually very proud of all of us, especially those of us who went inwards and done the work needed. Those people, we're really going to be rewarded this month. We're really going to be rewarded next year, okay? So I do think that that's all, guys. Those are the readings I'm doing. I'm really excited to get the rest of them done. Very, very, very special, powerful messages. And other than that, you guys, we made it. It's the end of the year. I can't believe it. But I hope you have the rest of the, I don't know what time when you guys are going to be watching this, but I hope you have the rest of the great, I always can't say that part. I hope you have I hope the rest of your month is great. Okay? This is what I mean. There's a lot of energies. It's a lot to cover, but I'm going to do my best to just, you know, go with the flow. That's what's best for me. And, you know, maybe that will be what's best for you too, especially with all these energies going on here. Okay? I do hope you enjoy your readings this month, and I hope you enjoy your holiday and your new year. And other than that, I will talk to you guys next year. See you later. Pisces! Hi guys! How are we doing? Well, we're about to find out, huh? So, this is December, last month of 2017. Lots of shifts going on. And I have an incense burning here if you see the smoke every so often. I did that for everyone else, and it's been extremely helpful. You know how we are, we're very sensitive. So, and I have a Taurus moon, so senses and taste, smells, all that, it just completely, you know, we're all about illusion. So a certain smell can take me to a certain place, and we have divine blessing incense. So this is one of my favorite. I also have these moon incense that I'll probably be using next month for the Cancer full moon. But before all that, guys, we have December to focus on, okay? And I'm going to do it like I've done everybody else's and talk about some of the astrology going on in December. It usually goes hand in hand with the tarot readings. We have a large tarot spread, 18 cards, that is going to describe our December. And I am very sorry that they're late this month, guys. It's been hectic, you know. It's been a Mercury retrograde. It's been a lot of shifts. But now I have Wi-Fi, and I'll be uploading this tonight. So it might be around 3 a.m. when they finally upload, because they're like 2 hours. So it takes a long time to upload them. But I'm dedicated. I have a Cap rising. Saturn's in Capricorn. I'm ready to do what it is I'm called to do for my planet or whatever. So they will be uploaded. So, though, we need to focus on this moment, Braylon. December. So, Pisces, just like Virgo, we're dealing with 4th and 10th house energy because we're dealing with Gemini and Sagittarius energy this month. So, 4th house is all about our emotional stability. It's all about our emotional environment. That's the house of Cancer. So, you know, this month is very much focused on our emotional foundation and our career. That's the 10th house. So this is an emotional foundation, our home environment, everything to do with the home. And then the 10th house is our career, it's our legacy. We actually are about to have a lot of 10th house energy on the zodiac wheel. So 10th house energy is just something that's a thing right now, okay? So on December 3rd, we're going to talk a little bit about what has already happened, because today's the 19th. So there's a bunch that's already happened, and we'll be talking about that. You know how us Pisces are. We can just talk about things and revisit it, which is perfect because the Mercury's in retrograde, right? And then we'll talk about what's going on now, and then we'll talk about what's going to happen, okay? So on December 3rd, there was a Gemini full moon. Oh my God, I felt that. Gemini is a mutable sign. We're mutable signs. Woo, they're an air sign though. So there was like a bunch of truth. Oh my goodness, I knew that that moon would be life-changing, but boy was it life-changing. So how was it for you guys? You know, it's all about full light in the moon. So there's new beginnings, there's completions going on, and that was happening in our 4th house. Some of us could have been moving. I moved in October, so I guess I just didn't need to move, right? But I know some Pisces who moved this month in December. And if you didn't move, maybe you added certain things to your home. I did do that. I added certain things. So it's all about, you know, our home. You want to think about Cancer energy because Cancer is the 4th house in the universe. But for us, Gemini is our 4th house. So, you know, you think of Cancer energy when you think about the 4th house. They're a crab. They're very protected with a shell. Pisces are not protected. We're fish. You know, we don't have any type of skeleton like Scorpio and Cancer do. So when it comes to our emotional foundation, it's extra important for Pisces because we don't really have any type of defense mechanism like Cancer and Scorpio do. So there was a full moon in Gemini there. So this is certain new beginnings with the home. I definitely experienced so many new beginnings when it came to my emotional foundation and my home environment. And I hope you guys did too, because new beginnings and completions can be very fun, especially with our home. But at the same time as that full moon, so at the same time that completions and new beginnings were happening in our 4th house, we had a Mercury go retrograde in our 10th house. So this was all about, you know, since it was the last retrograde of the year, I believe it was kind of a overlook of the whole year. So it's talking about our career. It's talking about our legacy. Sagittarius is our 10th house of career and legacy. So we're very expansive. That's why Pisces, you know, like Rihanna, Drew Barrymore, Terrence Howard, a lot of Pisces I know are, when it comes to their legacy, it's expanded. We only come to Earth to expand, you know what I mean? And I'm saying that because Sagittarius is we're in Sagittarius season right now. We've been in Sagittarius season all December and some of November as well. So Sagittarius is ruled by the biggest, well, we're ruled by it too. Sagittarius and Pisces are ruled by Jupiter, the largest planet, the luckiest planet in our solar system. So we have that in our area of legacy. Like, it's kind of our legacy to expand things. It's kind of our legacy to moderate things and to, so we have kind of we're kind of born with a higher knowledge of our legacy. You know that, Pisces? If you ever, you know, if you ever just, you know, that's why we hate it when we're not sure of what we should do. We do get that way sometimes, but it's usually because of someone else who's thrown us off, or it's usually because of depression or negative energy that's making it. But when we're born, just because of the universe, because of where we are on the zodiac wheel, we are born with an expanded knowledge of our legacy because Sagittarius is our 10th house. So that's something pretty cool to realize there. Now, when Mercury is the planet of communication. It's a planet that we're not too used to, unless you guys have Mercury in Pisces, which would be cool because it would be Mercury on your sun. That means that if you're a Pisces and you have Mercury in Pisces, then you have Mercury conjunct your sun. And I know some of you watching do have that in your birth chart, so very cool. But usually Mercury is a very opposite energy of us because it rules Gemini and it rules Virgo. Virgo is the opposite sign. So on the zodiac wheel back here that you can see a little bit, you have Pisces down here ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Right across from that is Virgo, critical thinking, analyzation. We don't like that too much. You know, we don't really get, it's not really about thinking, and it's not that we don't overthink, but it's usually emotional overthinking. Whereas Virgo can literally get trapped in their mind for years with the details, you know, and Pisces is just more, we'll paint the picture, you know, we'll just get lost in illusion. So completions happening in our 4th house of home and emotional stability environment. And then we had a Mercury retrograde on the same day, which was pretty intense. It's pretty unique as well because Gemini, which was the full moon in Gemini, on that same day, it's ruled by Mercury. So Gemini full moon ruled by Mercury. Mercury goes retrograde. Don't worry though, we've reached pretty much the end of that. So in a couple of days on the 22nd, we can really move forward with our thought. And you know, if we've been experiencing any, for us, we could have been experiencing emotional arguing, miscommunications about our emotions. I know I have, guys. It's been rough. And I say that because Mercury went retrograde. So for some of us, it could have been about our career. It could be about finances. Oh yeah, I've been arguing so much about my feelings, so this is, astrology is real, guys. If you've been fighting about money, if you've been fighting about your job or anything related to what you want to do in the world, like I just want to do this and you don't understand any of that, any arguments about our emotional foundation, maybe we don't feel like people are there for us emotionally, that has to do with the 4th house. So Mercury went retrograde around all that shit. And there could be miscommunications. Mercury is the planet of logic. It's the planet of communication. It's the messenger of God. So when Mercury sometimes, it's a movie, it moves slow. And then sometimes it stands still. And that's what happened on the 3rd.
It stopped moving. Instead of going forward, it stopped. And sometimes it moves backwards. Well, it looks as if it's moving backwards on Earth. So what that does to us here is it kind of makes us move backwards too. It kind of makes our thoughts go back into the past, which Pisces is always doing, because we know about the past, we know about our present, and we are the future. So we are really weird in that way. So, you know, this can bring up dreams of exes. You know, exes can come back. I made sure to block some people that I did not want to bother me during this retrograde. I'm good. Retrogrades bring up feelings, and ooh, I'm good. So I had to block a few people. Don't know if y'all been doing that. Some Pisces are just really over it. It's the end of the year. We've been through a hell of a lot. I guess I'll let our reading show where we're at, but I can feel our energy too, and I am a Pisces, you know, so yeah, but Mercury is going to be going back direct in a couple of days on the 22nd. So I think we'll feel kind of a breath of fresh air then. Our brains, we'll have, see, when Mercury goes retrograde, it's like clarity becomes harder to reach. So interesting. Now, we covered the full moon in our 4th house, so that means every month we have a full moon, where the moon is filled with light, and then we also have a new moon, which is the opposite of a full moon, where it's absolutely no light. And that's why yesterday was the full moon. We couldn't see it in the sky. The moon and the sun were both in Sagittarius, so we weren't able to see the moon. And this is a good time to set new intention for the future. This is a good time to start working on new ideas, new projects, anything like that. And it also did have a lot to do with new beginnings, just because of that Sagittarius stellium. So we had a stellium happens in astrology when we have 3 or more planets in the sky. Yesterday, on the 17th and on the 18th, we had the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, all in Sagittarius. So that energy, that was a lot of like potency. And, you know, that was all in our 10th house. So Pisces, we could really be thinking differently now about what it is we want to do in the world. You know, I'm thinking a lot about my business. You know, I want to start doing personal readings. I want to start getting really, you're going to see a lot more of Pisces Priestess because of this 10th house completion. I believe that it's my legacy. I have long-term goals with tarot and with astrology. So I'm going to be I have Wi-Fi now. I got Wi-Fi today. So this is real. So I hope that some things like that happen for you guys too, because, you know, we're kind of being called to our career, to our legacy. So, you know, that's my end of it. So I wonder what you guys have been going through with this new moon. And now we're here on the 19th, where all these energies have so we have a few more intense energies to go through. We did have Chiron go direct in Pisces. I did want to talk to you guys about that because we are Pisces. Chiron has been in Pisces for a while. Chiron is the wounded healer. It's all about pain, you know. So we have, if you're wondering why we felt, you know, I know we're emotional, right? We've always been emotional, but it just it seemed a little bit much lately, right? Like we've just been even more so emotional. Like for the last couple of years, we've just been, you know, I don't want to say overly emotional like other people would say about us, because I don't like that. But do you know what I mean? It's just been like, it's kind of like if we have our emotions in this hand, they got a lot heavier, you know, like, ooh, well, there's more. Or we're responding, we don't really know when it happened, but I believe this is the influence of Chiron. Now, Chiron was retrograde, like, you know how we have Mercury retrograde and things like that? Well, we also have, every planet goes retrograde. And Chiron, with it being the wounded healer, you know, Pisces are very, very beautiful healers. So I think for the universe as a whole, it's been very important and very beneficial to have Chiron in Pisces for the past couple years, I want to say. But for whatever sign that Chiron's in, you can feel very wounded. All of a sudden you're thinking about your wounds and you're thinking about your pain a little bit more, you know, and Pisces is sometimes already like that. But I thought it was good. It was good to add here that, you know, I think when any planet goes direct, it's like picking up the pace. It's like, okay, I don't have to stand still anymore. I can think future now. I can move on. So Chiron did go direct on the 5th, and that was very soon after that full moon. So I think we gained a lot of emotional strength because of that full moon in our fourth house of emotional stability and emotional foundation in our home. And because emotions are home to us, let's be real. That's why Cancer is the fourth house. I mean, I know Gemini is our fourth house, and that's just because we need to balance and because we have masculine and feminine emotions. Okay, so that full moon and Chiron going direct, I think, I think that's two very big things that happened in December that really, really do contribute a lot to our emotional strength this month. Heading into the new year, just completely, letting go of a lot of bullshit and moving forward, because I think Pisces, Chiron is all about the victim. It's sometimes a martyr, it sometimes dies for the pain. Chiron is such a wounded healer, and it's like Chiron heals everyone else, but ironically can't heal himself. That's the story of Chiron. He's a centaur. He's actually a comet or an asteroid in the sky. So Chiron, you can look up what Chiron means, maybe do some of your own studying on that. But yeah, that's pretty intense there. So we gotta make sure we're healing ourselves towards the end of this month, going into our new year, because we've been the victim of other people's evil and darkness for too long. I think a lot of us have been realizing that for some time. We did have Mars enter Scorpio. That's kind of important for us, kind of not. And then we had Saturn, so we're caught up now. This is present day. So right now, today, we had one of the biggest shifts that's going to happen. It happened today. It's Saturn moving into Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is our 11th house. And I'm going to be doing videos next month, January. I want to say around the first week, second week of January. I'm going to be doing Saturn and Capricorn videos. So I'm going to be talking about, to each sign, what it means to have Saturn in the area of the chart that it's going to be in. So for the Pisces video, you might want to look out for that. It's all about Saturn going into our 11th house. So for the next 3 years, you guys, anyone we meet, anyone in our community, any groups of people that we wind up working with, our wishes, they're all karmic based. So Saturn is the lord of karma. So our karma has shifted from our 10th house to our 11th house. And see, for the last 3 years, since 2015 or 14, I want to say 15 though, Sagittarius is our 10th house. That's why we're talking about, all this 10th house energy. So it's very much, and I think that's why a lot of readers for Pisces have been getting a lot of Pentacle cards. They're like, wow, Pisces, you guys are really focused on the career, not love. And it's like, do you guys get that we're going through 10th house? Like, are you guys astrologers, or do you just play with tarot cards? No, not trying to be mean, but a lot of people thought that we were just like done with love. And it's like, yeah, we are focused more on money right now, but it's only because it's Sagittarius season and it's about to be Capricorn season. It's like not our fault that all this career is coming out all month long. Pentacles, we might get a lot of Pentacles today, guys. And I'm gonna know why, because I get that this is a lot of 10th house energy. We had a stellium in our 10th house, and for the past 3 years we have had Saturn, the lord of karma, the planet of restriction and boundaries, in our career. So if you guys were going through any type of financial struggles, any type of unemployment, you can say goodbye to that, because Saturn is out of our 10th house. And Saturn has moved into our 11th house. So now we might not meet as many people. We might meet different people. And I'll talk to you about that next month. But I feel like our finances are finally free. We can finally move on financially. We can maybe change jobs. I think a lot of that is coming up on the horizon. Okay. So that's a little bit there about Saturn and Capricorn. He's going to be there for 3 years. Saturn is ruled by Capricorn. So that's cool. And that's our 11th house, guys. We have the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. I'm going to be doing lots of meditations. I might even do a video for that now that I have Wi-Fi. Why not? Why not do a winter solstice spread and talk to you guys, I love it. I love talking to you. I believe that this is my calling. So we have that on the 21st, the winter solstice, shortest day of the year. On the 20th, Sun moves into Capricorn. On the 25th, we have Venus moving into Capricorn. Capricorn's our 11th house. So just keep in mind, at the end of this month, actually in a couple of days, when it's Capricorn season, it no longer becomes about the career. It moves into the 11th house of community, of our wishes, our dreams, our hopes, our service to the world in a certain extent. So we're going to have the sun move into our 11th. We're going to have Venus move into our 11th. So this is going to really add the attraction to other people. This could be when single Pisces out there, you meet someone. Venus in the 11th house is very, very awesome. Could make you more attractive to other people. Could make you attract people and friends into your life. And then, of course, those of you who celebrate Christmas, that'll be on the 25th. And for those who celebrate other holidays, happy holidays to you. And then, of course, we have the new year coming up at the end of this month. So, that is about it for the astrology portion, you guys. That's kind of a lot. And I always like to cover the astrology. And now, I'm doing this thing this month here. I've kind of figured out a way to move my camera. So we're able to see the reading now. Isn't that cool? So these are the cards I'm using for us this month, guys. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. I love when I read your guys' reading, not just because I'm done, but just because, you know, like it's kind of interesting being the last zodiac sign, right? It's like we have to be patient. And I'm always wondering exactly what's going on with us. But we also have a sun, a moon, and a rising sign. So, you know, you can always watch your moon, right? And if you guys don't know that and you want to know, feel free to email me or get a hold of me on one of my social media sites, which you can find in my description box now that I have Wi-Fi. I'm very social. You know, I do have Mercury, Venus, and I have Mercury and Venus in Aquarius, so I'm very social. I love meeting new people. So yeah, if you guys want to get your birth chart so that you can find out your sun, moon, and rising, then I would love to help you with that. The birth chart, that's going to be one of my main, when I start doing readings next year, that's going to be one of my main things that I offer is birth chart analyzation. I've been studying birth charts all year long, and I know quite a bit about birth charts. I'm going to be learning more and more and more and more and more about birth charts, but I know how to explain them in a creative way. So if any of you are interested in that, that is going to be one of the services that I offer. Okay, these messages are for Pisces angels. Please give us clear messages about our month in December. This is very, very important. So I ask that there are very clear messages that happen this year for us, please. Or that happen this month for us. This is December. This is for, whoops. This is Pisces energy for December 2017. Let's tap into the Pisces energy in the universe. See what Pisces is going through for the month of December. What can we talk to Pisces energy about for December 2017? What is Pisces going through? What is Pisces experiencing? Pisces energy. Let's tap into that Pisces energy in the universe. Let's get some messages. What can we talk to Pisces about? Pisces. Whoa. Guys, we're going to have to be a little bit more specific than that. So, Spirit, I would appreciate. Let me ground my feet. Appreciate if the cards come out one at a time, please, just so I know that they were meant to come out. This is for Pisces 2017 December. Clear angel guidance for Pisces December. How is their year? How's their last month of 2017? How is that going for Pisces? Pisces energy 2017 December, please. Okay, we have love yourself and show appreciation. So that's pretty interesting. In Spirit, whatever cards drop out, I definitely am going to be using for the reading. And we have self-care, you guys. So very interesting symbolism already. Woo! We have acceptance. And we did have these two cards as well. Archangel Metatron and You Already Know. Let's see. These did fly. Yeah, I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them. Because I told Spirit, whatever cards fly out. Ooh, okay. We have authority. This came up for the Virgo position as well in the same spot. So very, very interesting. And we have health. I knew health would come up. And explore. I had a card in my hand though. So I'm going to put that right here because that card came out. The bottom of the deck is manifest. So there's going to be an underlying energy of manifestation for our reading this month, Pisces. And I really like that because that's very magical. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit towards the end of the reading, okay? So we have our first 9 cards, and now we're going to get the next 9 cards that are going to kind of act as clarifiers for, it's just going to tell me a little bit more about the card. And then we're going to have 18 cards, which is cool. Now, I am going to tell you guys how I'm reading these cards this month. The way that I'm going about it is that I am, this is kind of, the first 3 cards are kind of symbolic for the beginning, because I'm talking to you guys pretty late. You know, I had a lot of interference. I'm really lucky that I was able to get Wi-Fi set up in my apartment today. I'm very blessed for that, because it drives me nuts when I can't get my videos out. I'd like to get them out as soon as I record them, and that's how it's going to be from now on, okay? So the videos are going to upload a lot faster than you're going to hear from me a lot more. Now, what I was saying is that since I haven't talked to you, it's so late in the month, you know, and I pray that those who need these messages are still able to hear these messages today. I definitely believe in divine timing, so I trust that you guys will hear these messages. First 3 cards are kind of, you know, just know that any of these energies can come up at any time in December. They're all going to kind of have a strange, magical way of intertwining with each other. But I am going to relay this to the first week. This is like the beginning of December, middle of December, end of December. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. Now, this is for Pisces. We're going to be getting validators and clarifiers of energies. So please hear our call for clarity, angels. Tap into Pisces energy. This is for Pisces, 2017, December. Okay, so let's see here. What can we put with love yourself? Any cards that fall out, universe, I am going to be using for the reading. So please be mindful of the stray messages, and please help me with my intuition, because guys, I am having a lot of additional messages come out this month. It might be the incense. The incense might be really working their magic. It could just be Pisces energy, really psychic. But for some of the readings, I kind of just know when they come out if it's for the reading or if it's just for something else. Now, see, that was one card that popped over. So this is for our reading. That's what I'm going to go ahead and say. So that's coming up with the 6 of Pentacles. Now, show appreciation. What can we put with the show appreciation card? Okay, Page of Wands. I love that our cards are coming out one by one. I mean, that might change, especially now that I mentioned it. But, you know, usually cards just fly out and I'm like, what? So let's get a card for self-care. Self-care and health is coming up for us. And I've already been doing a lot of thinking about my own health. I went out today and got some vitamin B12 pills. So, you guys, I'm going to be really spreading some messages here. Now, see, this, I believe, is an additional message. I'm not going to use this for our reading. Now, you know, no, this is not for our reading. This is for someone out here that needs to hear this, okay? So we have the Queen of Swords and the Lovers card. This could be, you know, it's interesting. We did have, if I were to lay these cards, we did have this is like the Gemini full moon, I want to say, because this is the Gemini card. So here we go. Some of you may be with a Gemini. Some of you may have Gemini energy. Some of you may be, you know, I don't know, you're dealing with some sort of Gemini energy. This is, and I say that because we have the Queen of Swords here. And swords represent air energy in tarot. So this is a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, but since it's with the Gemini card, it's coming up strongly as an air energy. And Gemini is our 4th house. So this could be some sort of 4th house energy message. Or for some of you, this could be communication coming from a Gemini. Now, this is the Lovers card. So it's not only a Gemini. This could be any lover that we're experiencing. This is not just any lover. This is a divine union. You know, this is a twin flame union. We have the masculine, we have the feminine. They're both naked. We have this angel in between them. We have the sun shining. So for someone out there, you know, there is some sort of message coming in here about a lover or about a Gemini. Please relate this to your own energy as well as you can. Now, one thing I do notice about the Lovers card is that there's some distance, you know, between the lovers. So some of you could be experiencing some sort of distance with a lover. Now, whether that's physical distance or mental distance or emotional distance, for me, it's emotional. It ain't physical distance for sure. But yeah, you know, this is a mountain here that's in between. So it's also talking about the obstacles that you need to overcome together. You see that there? As a relationship, there's an obstacle creating distance in December between you and a lover, but luckily there's an angel looking over the situation, and this is the Archangel Michael in this reading. I believe this is definitely the Gemini card. This angel is also in the Sagittarius card, so I see this as Archangel Michael, who is the angel of strength. So there's the angel of strength residing over this twin flame union, okay, and it's going to give you the strength needed to clearly communicate this month. Maybe in the beginning there was rocky communication, but come the end, there's some sort of message here coming in. And I believe that you're going to be able to communicate with this lover. This lover may be communicating with you. You know, some of you may have turned your back on a lover, which is why the distance is there. And there may be some sort of communication, some sort of mental clarity that you need to clarify with this lover, okay? So there is some air energy. This is lots of air energy, and that has everything to do with communication. So make sure that you're communicating with your partner, Pisces, especially about what you think is between you guys. For all of us, it could be different. Some of us feel like there's distance between us, or that there's miscommunication, or that there's just, this could be another person, you know, whatever. But I just like that there's an angel that's residing over us. So don't worry too much. You can always pray to the Archangel Michael for strength and for protection and guidance, and he'll be there. Now, it has a lot to do with communication. You want to communicate like the Queen of Swords. And I know that's hard for us because we're more like the Queen of Cups. In the Queen of Cups, where there's the sword here, there's a cup in the Queen of Cups' hand. So she's all about emotion. She's all about feeling and healing. But the Queen of Swords is a little bit different. She just cares about mental clarity. And I can relate to that because I haven't really cared much about emotion lately. You know, I'm always going to be an emotional sign, no doubt, as a Pisces. But sometimes, you know, we're every sign. We are the 12th sign. So we're a mixture of all the 11 signs before us created into one. So it's not that hard for us to tap into this air energy, especially when there's full moons and things, especially with the Gemini full moon. This can symbolize distance between you and a lover around that full moon in the beginning of December as well. But, you know, there's nothing you can't communicate your way out of, but you're just going to have to tap into that more intellectual, mental, stable energy, which is, you know, might be best that we're not in our feelings too much, Pisces, because we're very, very empathic. So sometimes we can, you know, feel emotional about a situation that isn't necessarily even our situation to begin with. I understand that. Someone else's energy, really, it affects me. I'm a very, very strong empath. I believe a lot of Pisces are empaths. But the Queen of Swords is different. She doesn't allow other people's emotions to get in her way. She's going to cut them no matter what. She can cut things out of her life. Some of you may be cutting a certain union out of your life. Those of you who don't feel happy in this situation anymore because of the distance, you can cut that out of your life and turn the other way. Some of you aren't getting the mental clarity or the emotional clarity in a relationship. So it could end it all in December. I mean, there's a lot of we just talked about all that astrology happening. Yeah, whatever. Dream on. Like, we will leave your ass. So if you're cross-watching for a Pisces, no, you need to know that mental clarity in their relationship right now is very important. You know, so if we're not communicating like the Queen of Swords, or if you're not, then there might be some cutting out of the life of our life that happens, or vice versa. This could happen to us or whatever. But I'm getting a lot of different messages here with the Lovers and the Queen of Swords energy. But for the most part, I'm seeing that there's some mental clarity that needs to be cut away in December. So the universe is giving us the Queen of Swords to handle that. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, I did happen to just look over and see the motherfucking 10 of Swords. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. You know, it's fine because we did see this is a completion. You know, I am seeing this as the Gemini, so this is a completion in a relationship or a new beginning in a relationship. But I like seeing the Queen of Swords with the Ten of Swords, because if there's anybody that can handle the Ten of Swords, it's the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is an ending, but I like the Ten of Swords because it's pain. It's the ending to a very painful time. This could be fucking 2017 for us. Like, all year we could have been feeling defeated and dark, and just we didn't make it to, you know, it could be any of that. We could feel backstabbed and betrayed. We could feel defeated. But we have the Queen of Swords. You know, she knows how to handle sword energy. So we might rise above this pain. I see a lot of us rising above this pain. We see water here in the background as well. You know, so we might avoid our emotions a little bit coming in. We might start our year off a little bit different than what most people are realizing. So, you know, I like seeing this because there's a certain completion. This could have been around the full moon or around the new moon, but this is pain ending. And us, you know, instead of being so heartbroken and hurt by what we're so used to, it's so sad, but a lot of us are used to this pain, right? It's horrible. So, you know, we're like, you know, since people are so edgy, since the people around me, since the energy around me is so pointy and painful, I'm just going to mutate. I'm just going to change. I'm very magical Pisces. So I'm just going to change into an energy that can better handle this. Instead of putting swords in my own back, I'm just going to take one sword and keep it. That way, if someone else wants to come along one of these days and try to backstab me again, it's not going to happen. I'm mentally clear now. You know, I've taken my pain and I've intellectually processed it. So I don't need to dwell in this kind of energy anymore. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I've communicated my pain. I've communicated the endings to my own pain. And now I have a clear mental understanding of it. And I can move on. That's why the Queen of Swords, you know, I love being a Pisces. I love being emotional, but I also know that this energy is really beneficial for us. So don't feel bad if any of you, you know, are a little less emotional than what you're used to being. It's just the energy that we have. And I do see right beneath the Ten of Swords is the Wheel of Fortune. Right beneath it. Like, as soon as I picked up the Ten of Swords, boom, there it was. So just know that this is karmic. This is Saturn. Saturn's moving. So the pain we were feeling in life is not going to be in the same areas. We're going to experience new pain. Maybe a pain that isn't, like, this is not new pain. This is old. Like, I don't think we got stabbed 10 times in a row. I think this was one time in early January. This was like around our birthday, 2017. This was like during the summer. You know, these are just built up over time. Okay, so we're finally like giving in to this pain. Like, okay, I can't take any more. I'm down for the count. But that's all about to change. And that's why we don't give up, Pisces, because we know that the Wheel of Fortune, there's ups and there's downs. There's a time to feel like this, and there's a time to feel like this, because these are the next two cards that came out. So what I'm seeing immediately is that there was this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So this is, even when I see this card, I like to slow my voice down and talk a little slower, because the Knight of Swords is really slow. So yeah, my energy literally picks up on how slow this, and that's okay. Sometimes I like to move that slow too, especially when something so big and rewarding is coming. So I'm seeing in the month of December, this is the Nine of Cups. This is a emotional contentment card. This is being, you know, cups are us. Cups are Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces in the tarot. And pentacles are something very real, something that you can see, something that you can touch. But of course we're Pisces. So we do, it's interesting that we have pentacles and cups here, because this is an earth-water opposition. So we value our emotion. Of course, it would be emotional contentment that this knight would be delivering us, because otherwise we're not going to care. Like, Pisces don't even make wishes physically. We don't even know, we don't often wish for money or we wish for a feeling. And even if we do wish for something feelable, touchable, seeable like this pentacle, it's going to be because of the feeling it gives us. So if we wish for a house, or if we wish for money, it's because we're thinking about what that money and what that house is going to do for us emotionally, okay? So this was a very slow moving blessing from the universe. There was some sort of And this is happening in December, or this is some sort of message that applies for someone out there, and it applies to me as well. This night, it came so slow. Like, we didn't think this was ever going to come. It took so long. Like, it took a year. It might have took 3 years. It might have took all of December for some of you. And, you know, this is also a feeling of being surrounded by everything we could possibly want. This is being emotionally content. Our arms are crossed in contentment. We might be a little bit on guard because we'd be damned if anybody comes up and takes one of these cups that we've waited so long for. Well, this night, he's giving, pentacles are things that you can touch. It's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So this might have something to do with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or just some sort of grounded figure. It could be our wishes want, because this is a wish card. So if you haven't felt this energy yet, Pisces, please make a wish right now. You magical, magical fish you. I'm telling you, all you have to do is make a wish right now, and it will come to you. It just might not come to you as quick as you want it to. Some of you are still waiting on a wish, and we're pretty patient. We are the 12th sign, so it's not like we get things quickly anyways. And we know all about moving slowly, right, Pisces? Because we don't move at anybody else's pace. We like to move at our pace. Sometimes we like to move fast. Sometimes we like to move slow. Well, in this case, it was important that I mean, look at how intense this is. Well, something that I had to realize is that, you know, I'm not always ready for this feeling. And then in December, this kind of energy kind of showed up for me, and I realized why it happened when it did, because if it would have happened any quicker or any slower, it wouldn't have felt like this. And I wished for a feeling. I wanted to be content emotionally. I wanted to be happy. And, you know, I value my feelings. So this is new value coming in towards a certain wish or hope or dream that we've been thinking about for years. We want to feel like this guy. He's surrounded by emotion. He's surrounded. I don't know what's in these cups for you guys. It's probably different for every Pisces, but the point is he has everything he could possibly want. So you want to think about what you desire emotionally right now, because we're in a very beautiful, we have Jupiter in our 9th house, guys. Scorpio is our 9th house. And we have Jupiter there expanding, you know, our transformation, or transforming our expansion. So, you know, if this hasn't arrived for you yet, just please don't give up, because you're going to lose the value in it. You know, good things come to those who wait, is what I just heard Spirit say. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who are patient and those who deserve. And I know, Pisces, we deserve this energy, but you have to understand that if it comes at the wrong time, it's going to ruin this. And this is too beautiful of an energy to waste, okay? So be patient for this 9 of Cups to come your way. This is emotional fulfillment, some sort of wish. It could be, for some of you, that 9 of Cups is a relationship. So there was that message I was talking to you guys about, how this month a lot of additional messages are coming out. But Spirit, let's get back to the reading here on the desk. And let's get a card for self-care for Pisces, please. What card can we best put with self-care? Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. See, I told you we'd have a lot of pentacles. It's because of that 10. Oh, gosh darn. Is this another message for someone? All right. Let's see here. Actually, I think this is the end of our reading. Acceptance, balance, you already know, temperance, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, and 6 of Cups. And then the bottom of the deck would be the Ace of Wands. I feel good about this. Let's see. I was just seeing there if I could see angels. Just trying something here. I was trying to ask for a sign, but I need to just trust my gut. Why would there be 6 cards that came out? This is the end of our reading, and it actually makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and oh, the bottom of the deck, you guys, is the Ace of Wands. So I see that there's an underlying energy here of a new passionate beginning. And there's also an underlying energy of fiery energy here. So we'll get to this at the bottom. So we have manifest. Like, this is seriously such cool. This is seriously so cool. Manifesting our power, manifesting the passion, manifesting a new beginning. This is awesome. So we'll get talking about those energies a little bit. And don't forget here that for some reason, ask for a sign stuck out for us. That card was just in my hand. So I will be talking about this at the end of the reading as well. And if at all during this reading, there's something you want to ask for a sign about, then that's why that's there. Is because this month, you know, if we're unsure about anything, all we have to do is ask for a sign. So I see a lot of pentacles. I see some fire. I see one sword card. I see one cup card. So we do have swords, pentacles, fire, and wands. We have all the elements here, but we'll take a look at what that might mean in a minute here. But we're going to start. So Pisces, this is how we started our month, or this is the energy that we should be starting the month with. But remember, if you feel this energy at any time during the month, this is happening. This is a December reading. So this is, I don't want to put any restrictions or anything on this reading. We have love yourself. Now, loving yourself is always important. And this is obviously important for us in December. So whereas we may want someone else to hold, you know, we did have that 9 of Cups where her arms were crossed, you know. But I'm seeing here that if there's not someone around who's hugging you or holding you or healing you or embracing you, you're going to do it your damn self this month in December. Pisces has really realized that they have anything that they could want outside themselves can be found inside themselves. So, you know, we're really discovering how much we are to ourselves. And I'm telling you here, this is a beautiful energy to start out a reading with, because everything starts from loving yourself. Actually, it's like love and appreciation. And that's exactly how we start December. So hopefully that means that the majority of us started out December loving ourselves and appreciating ourselves, showing appreciation to ourselves, holding ourselves, being our own best friend, sending love to those parts of us that have been stabbed and those parts of us that have been hurt, because God knows we've been really hurt and betrayed over the years. And I know that there's a lot of emotional pain that we're getting through and letting go of, and that can be even painful. So, you know, and for those of you who don't really relate to that, this is a message from Spirit saying that it's important this month that you love yourself. It's coming up very strongly that we love ourselves. There's a reason why this will be our first card out. So very, very important in December that we love ourselves and that we're choosing ourselves, you know, because so often we put others before us. You know, we're so we're so loving and we're so healing and we're so giving. You know, we're one of the most giving zodiac signs. So sometimes we forget that the love we're giving others is really the love that we should be giving our own selves, you know. And I think that's exactly the energy coming up here, which is why it came out with the 6 of Pentacles. This card talks all about balance. So, you know, we did have that 10 of Swords. We had a lot of harsh energy. So there's obvious need to balance the scale out with loving ourselves. So where there was pain before, there needs to be love now. So if someone broke your heart or if someone betrayed you, you need to balance that out on your own. You don't need to wait for them. That's one of my issues. I struggled with that a lot in 2016 and 2017. I struggled with, you know, thinking that I couldn't emotionally solve problems if it involved another person. So for example, if I had a person in my life who I didn't feel emotionally healed from, say there was a bad situation where things ended prematurely on a bad note, well, I would just hold on to that feeling and think that I couldn't heal on my own. But you know what I did is I took my emotional integrity back. I realized that I was holding space for people that didn't belong in my heart or in my space. And in order to get my emotions out, I just wrote that person a note. And I made a list of every person that I needed to write to. And I'm not going to send these letters or anything. It was just for more so, and trust me, it worked. Because I kid you not, each time I would write like a letter a day. I still have. several letters to write. There's a time and there's a place, right? Well, after I did 2 letters. After the first letter, I kid you not, that person texted me the second I was done. It's like they could feel that I was letting them go. And they're succubuses. They don't want you to let go because they don't want you to love yourself. They want all your love for them. In Pisces, we unfortunately attract so many people like that. So it's time to balance that energy out. I don't think we've loved ourselves for long. I think that our spirit has been out of balance, you know. So I've never read this card like this, but I think we are both of these people. I think that our higher selves feel like we're down here. And this is our present moment. And we're kind of, you know, giving crumbs. We shouldn't give crumbs to ourselves. You know, this is the 6 of Pentacles. If anything, you know, it should be cut down the middle, 3 and 3. But, you know, make sure that this is give and to take. This is making sure you're receiving as much as you're giving. You know, he has this balance beam in his hand right here. So this is balance. This is about balancing. And since it's coming out with love yourself, I feel that, you know, we're loving ourselves enough to stand as this confident figure here. Like, we're finally standing. You know, we have pentacles. We have breadcrumbs to offer. So this might be, for some of you, this might be still helping people, still being that sweet Pisces person. But since you're more emotionally strong, you realize, hey, this guy, you know, when he hit the lottery, he only gave me about 4 crumbs. So I'm going to just give him 4 crumbs, you know, because I love myself enough to only give what I can. I'm not going to over give to you because you didn't give to me all throughout 2017. I barely have heard from you. And now that it's Christmas, now that it's holidays, now you want to reach out to me for money. Now you want to reach out for me for my healing energy. Now you want to be friends. Now you want to love me again. But see, you done messed up because the pain you put me through showed me self-love. And now I can love myself in a way that I thought I could only be loved by you. And now I don't even want you. Now I don't even care what you have to offer because I am balancing myself. You know, I think that for some people, we're all 3. For some of us, we're this man in the middle, and these are people that we have to help this month that we may or may not choose to help. You know, it all depends on loving yourself. You know, it all depends. There's some people I'm helping out because I'm always nice, you know what I mean? But I ain't helping out too much. I ain't giving you everything. I'm just giving you enough. I'm not going to allow anybody else to throw me off balance because I worked a long time to get here. You know, I don't think Pisces have always loved themselves. Some of us, unfortunately, still don't love ourselves, and I pray that you find this video. I pray that you hear this message because so much happened for me after I started loving myself 2015. There was a bunch that happened in my life 2015, and you know, 2015 is in this reading a little bit. Because for the last 3 years, we had Saturn in Sagittarius. And, you know, this is coming up down here. And we'll get to that. I don't want to, you know, ruin the surprise or anything like that. But trust me, in this same row, we have Sagittarius in authority. So, you know, loving ourselves is something we learned to do when Saturn moved into our 10th house. That's why our 10th house was restricted. So that we didn't go work our life away. We had a lot of spiritual shit to do. So Saturn restricted our 10th house so that we more so dove into spirit instead of work and finances. We've worked a long way to get here, guys. And I'm very proud of those of us who have worked hard. It's not easy to love yourself. It's one of the hardest things to do for some reason. You know, we're constantly, you know, we believe the bad stuff about us easier than we believe the good. It's just easier to hear the bad stuff. And it's, you know, we have to really get out of that mindset because we're great people. We're very magical. And, you know, sometimes after emotional situations, you know, we just allow ourselves to become beat down. But it's time to balance out those energies, you know, and that's what I see happening here. So December is about loving ourselves. December is about creating balance between us and the people around us, especially when that energy moves into our 11th house of Capricorn. I think we're going to be doing really well financially, and there's going to be some people that could really use our help. And depending on how they treated us, well, that's going to reflect how we treat them. So that's all I'm going to say for that now, but I may revisit that energy. I'm actually sure that I will. because it always, you know, I always see different things as I move on. So let's move on here. So after this is literally love and appreciation, because what we have next is show appreciation. Now, the first thing I notice about this card is this tiger. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but there's this tiger and there's this angel. Now, for some of you, excuse me, sorry. For some of you, you do have this kind of tiger figure. Now, this can be a Leo for some of us, because Leo is the lion and the tiger and the bear, oh my. So yeah, that is kind of a Leo energy, but not necessarily. I am getting that for a few of us, not me. Well, I guess it could be me. Who knows? Well, what I'm seeing here is a masculine and a feminine energy. And we did have the Lovers card come out. There was a masculine and a feminine energy there. So there's this tiger. And tigers, you know, they're very majestic, right? They're very, very beautiful creatures. But at the same time, there's a little bit of fear, right? Like, if wherever you're at right now listening to this, if you looked to your left and saw a tiger, what would your first response be? Whatever it is, I'm sure that one of the first responses will be fear, right? Because tigers are pretty intimidating. So this is my intimidation sign. So there's some sort of part of us or someone around us, some part of us or some part of someone around us that's intimidating. This card has come up a lot this month for people. So it's like we might have gotten tougher skin throughout 2017. So December is about bringing that intimidating, rough, fierce part of us to this kind of back to the emotion. Because I'm seeing him drinking here. Now, I'm going to say this. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Now, what does that mean? You can give you can give somebody everything they need. You know, Pisces, we're always trying to heal people. We're always trying to fix people, right? You can tell somebody the perfect advice. You can be you can be there for them in the perfect way. You can talk to someone till you're blue in the face to try to get them to see a certain thing. But you can lead a horse to water, but it's their decision to drink. Now, this goes for everyone else, and it goes for us as well. You know, I do see this as emotional replenishment for us, because this tiger drinking is just so significant to me. It was significant in the other readings to me as well. So I think some of us took a brief, and this could be all year. This is kind of a yearly reading, okay? Not just December. December is you know, Pisces, we're the 12th house. December is the 12th month. So just as Pisces is a summary of the whole zodiac wheel, December is a summary of the whole calendar wheel. You see what I mean there? So there's some 12 energies going on. So December is very important for Pisces, because we kind of understand that energy of the ending of a cycle. So maybe that's why every year around this time we feel interesting. Just like we feel interesting after Pisces season, beginning of Aries season, because that's the astrological new year. So this is just the beginning of a new year, when really the new year takes place March 20th after our zodiac season. But this lets Pisces know, you know, when it's the end of the year, like 2018, we're going to energetically feel like, oh shit, it's almost time for the new year. So I do think throughout December, throughout 2017, perhaps for the last 3 years, perhaps lots of different times in everyone's life, we may have strayed a little bit from emotion. We can do that sometimes, Pisces, especially when we tap into the earth energy inside us. Pisces have all the energies, so it's not hard for us to tap into energies that are aggressive or sad or happy, or we can do it all. So there is a part of us that really needed to get back in touch with our emotion, and it's the more intimidating, fierce part of us. This is the part of us that we had to summon to get us through the Ten of Swords. This is balance happening. This is our soft feminine side, our soft, pure, angelic, helpful, healing side, walking alongside this the side of us that most people fear. Okay, to say it politely, it's the side of us that we can really. There's a side of Pisces that, you know, we do have two fish. So one of our fish are feminine and nice and kind, and the divine angel. It's a divine angel, very soft energy there. But another one of our energy is pretty scary when upset. So we have this kind of duality here, this tiger and this angel. And I think there's a certain part of us that needed to, replenish our emotion. This is, Pisces, I just feel this tiger, this angel is really calming the tiger. So this could be someone calming in your life. Either you're the angel or the tiger, or you're the tiger and someone else is the angel, or vice versa. Or for some of us, this is both of us. Now see, I can identify with this in more than one way. This is me needing to get back in touch with my emotion, because I've been very aggressive lately. I've been very emotionally detached. So I really do need to drink from this spiritual, emotional pond. This angel is my twin flame. My twin flame's a Virgo. She's an angel, and she tries to help me a lot. She tries to calm me down. A lot of my frustrations get taken out on her, but she's doing her best to lead me back to my water. Now, for some of you, this angel, this could be you, and this can be an actual angel from heaven who's visited you, and who's telling you that you need to replenish yourself. Now, listen, health did come up for us in this row. So for some of us, this is straight up need to drink more water. Now, I love seeing things as metaphors. I love seeing things as riddles, but this is straight up. Some of us have been so aggressive. That shit takes a toll on your health. So you need to drink more water. We're water signs. It's important that we drink more water. And I'm going to show you in a minute just how important it is for us to drink water. So, Pisces, it depends on your situation, where you're at in this card. But what I see from Spirit here is that there's a need to drink from emotion. There's a need here for us to get back in touch with our own emotions, and for us to trust whatever side of us this is, or whatever figure or friend or lover this is for us. Now, it's coming out with the Page of Wands. So I think, after we drink, now we're either going to be drinking from this pond or we're going to be leading someone else. But I see this more so as our energy. So either we're that angel or that tiger, or both. It's interesting here how he has kind of like tigerish, fiery clothing. Because it's like after this tiger drinks from this pond, he's able to passionately start a new beginning. And this is the beginning of Sagittarius. This is the beginning of December when we're still in Sagittarius season. So for some of us, we got like some type of burst of positive energy, and it was after we did something replenished us. It could have been some sort of finances. But, in order to do this kind of energy, in order to know that we need to drink from this water, well, we definitely have to love ourselves. So it's pretty interesting that love ourselves came up, and then show appreciation. So we definitely need to love ourselves and show appreciation to ourselves. We need to show appreciation to both our fish, all of our traits. I know we're very crazy people. We have all kinds of different personalities, and we need to show appreciation and love to each and every side of us. Because it's who we are, and it makes us who we are. And that is what's going to ultimately create balance in our situation, is if we love ourselves and show appreciation. Now, so what I'm going to say here is if you know who this angel is, if this is a friend, you're going to know who this was for you in December. Some people went ghost on us, right? The people that are going to be crawling back soon. So those people, you can handle that however you want, Pisces, but some people actually stayed pure. I see for some of us, there's this one person, this one angel who stood by our side, even through our aggression, even through our fierceness, even we might have bit them, we might have mauled them, we might have tore them apart metaphorically, but now that tiger, they're still with us, even though we're aggressive, even though we might have lost our shit a couple times during all these energies. Well, this angel kept our best interest at heart, and she knew that we just needed some replenishment. She knew that we just weren't feeling well. And she knows that Pisces is a water sign, and that all they need to do is get back in touch with that water soul of theirs. So she led us to this magical, beautiful pond, and the fierce side of us, the detached emotional side of us, she led us back to what we truly are. And that's just so beautiful. And I'm saying that because we need to show appreciation to those people in December. Make sure that you're doing, it's Christmas. I don't really believe in Christmas, but I will be getting gifts for certain people. I don't participate in Christmas the same way as certain people do because I'm woke and because I just believe in different things, but I'm not judging or anything like that. I am going to be getting gifts. So, you know, that's one of the ways that we can show appreciation. And I know that sounds so hypocritical, but, you know, I'm not materialistic at all. But, you know, people do appreciate, you know, even if we have to get creative with this. We don't have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff or spend a bunch of money. It could be as simple as an I love you, or you could actually say, hey, I just want you to know that I appreciate you sticking by me during my aggressive phase and during, like, I see the beginning of December, some of us could have been really aggressive. That was me. I was definitely, I don't know about you guys, let me know. That's just what I'm being told here and kind of what my intuition's telling me. We had this aggressive side and we had this angelic side. And they're both standing by these emotions, but the tiger is what's drinking from the water. So if you had someone, if you were lucky enough to have some type of protecting angel on your side, then you need to show appreciation for them. Okay, someone who might have helped you balance out yourself throughout 2017, someone who helped you balance your finances and your values in 2017, you want to love them too. And they might have helped you love yourself. So anybody who helped you on a self-love journey, you know, they're just as important. Now, it doesn't mean that they deserve everything. It means that you just want to appreciate them. You could give them a little bit of crumbs here and there. Like, hey, you know, you helped me on my self-love journey years ago or whatever. And I just want to show you appreciation. And then that's when we're going to be able to start this kind of new passionate journey of fire. And this, it's interesting to see this up here. So you want to show appreciation also for this new opportunity, whether it's coming or not. Because this is a new passionate adventure. Okay, this is the Page of Wands. So this is the Sagittarius energy. So in Sagittarius season, there's some sort of adventure or exploring going on. This is like a passionate journey, all right? And it looks like we look better. This is really nice clothes, and so it looks like we're really coming back into our own. And you want to show appreciation for all of that kind of thing. Oh, yes, and I do see here behind that there's some sort of mountain or some sort of pyramid. So that's symbolic for any obstacle. And look at us standing tall here, passionately. Okay, so we started out a journey of obstacles. We like overcame certain things passionately. So you want to show appreciation for anything that might have, you know, helped you through that. And that really makes sense because I've been doing a lot of meditation lately, just thanking any energy that may have helped me along the way. You know, I'm very proud of myself and I'm very proud of Pisces energy. And I'm not somebody who, like, I remember who was there for me. It ain't hard to remember because it's like one person, you know what I mean? So we like to give back. We're not even used to really giving. Or I'm sorry, we're not even really used to receiving. You know, Pisces is just a give. Like, here, you can have it all. But, you know, December is the start of that changing, because this is not someone who's going to give all 6 pentacles to somebody. He's going to give crumbs so that he doesn't, you know, it's very important to balance our finances. And I think for some of us, that 10th house energy was what was causing us to have self-doubt, because we didn't have money for a really long time. A lot of us were dealing with unemployment, and that's because Saturn was in our 10th house of career, guys. And that is not going on anymore. So a lot of us are going to... December is the beginning of a balanced journey in our finances, and also balanced value towards ourselves and others. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then a new journey after that of passion, of course. Showing appreciation. Okay, now we can move on here to this energy. So this is kind of when Mercury went retrograde, and this is when that full moon was in Gemini. Now, it's very interesting to me right away that we have self-care, okay? We have a lot of self-care and health, okay, coming up. So what do you see this lady doing here, guys? We have another character here who's drinking from water. Very important that we're replenishing ourselves. Now, water signs, we do cry often. We're very moved emotionally often. And if we're not crying, then we become emotionally constipated, is what I like to call it. You know, I feel better when I cry. Now, even when I don't cry, I do experience things in life very emotionally. And you know what that does to us is it tires us out. It takes us a it takes a very strong toll on our emotions. That's why we have these two cards right in the beginning of December. Two characters. This came out for Scorpio's reading as well. So I'm not sure if you guys relate to a Scorpio energy or not, but these two cards came up for Scorpio as well. So obviously Scorpio is a water energy, you know, Cancer. So maybe all the water signs are really just, I think Cancer had a lot about that too. So, you know, but Scorpio had these exact same cards. So I think Scorpio and Pisces are doing similar things on their journey right now. We're just pretty much balancing our own emotions and putting ourselves first, loving ourselves, showing appreciation and self-care to ourselves. So our first row is all about us. We have self-appreciation, like literally. Our first row, so the December is all about us. See that? Love yourself, self-appreciation, and self-care. Oh, I'm sorry. The middle one isn't self-appreciation, but it's interesting that I kind of thought that here. So it's, you want to show appreciation to yourself and show self-care to yourself. So I still do believe that the beginning of the month is about us, because we have love yourself in balance, and then we have show appreciation in the middle of those two. So you want to show appreciation towards self-care, and because if you don't appreciate yourself, you're not going to want it. You're not even going to be in the space. You're not even going to be in a position to love yourself. You know, you're not even going to be in a position to appreciate yourself. So appreciation is coming up, care is coming up, and love yourself is coming up. But I'm not going to stray from the fact that these are two people drinking from a water here. Like, it sticks out so much to me as a sign from spirit. So you want to be drinking more water, Pisces. Make sure you're drinking at least 8 glasses a day. And also, you know, there was a time for this intimidating side of us to drink from the water. But now it's as if this angel, it's time for her to drink. And this came back to back for us. So first week of December, the feminine side of it, like, this is just everything about us. Everything about us needs to get back in touch with this emotion. Like, I do see this as real water, so some of us actually need to drink more water, me. But also it's a metaphor for our emotion. Now, here we just taking a few licks, you know what I mean? A few licks here and there, and it's because, you know, the masculine side of us isn't going to dive as deep into the emotion, but this angelic side, now this can actually be a masculine character as well, but with this message here, I see the white here and that there's white here. So I see this as the same energy. This is our spirit in our physical body. So this tiger represents our sometimes intimidating, aggressive physical body. And this represents our spirit. And you know we're both Pisces. You know that we have a spirit body and a physical body. We all do. So it's time to drink physically and spiritually. So make sure, as you're showing appreciation to your physical body by drinking water, that you also do this metaphorically in the heavens, so that you're meditating and you're getting, it's important this month, guys. There's a lot coming. Come 2018, it's very, very important that we are staying pure and that we are honoring ourselves and taking care of ourselves. It's very important that we take care of ourselves this month, okay? And we could be starting a new journey of self-care, like really loving ourselves. Like, come on now, we have love yourself and self-care. And the fact that we're doing these, right in the middle is show appreciation. And show appreciation is being validated by this guy who's ready to start forward with the beginning. So we really do pick up the pace in December, even though we're being told to pause here. The reason why this card is also here, this is the first week of December, or first half of the month, the beginning of the month, because we had that Mercury retrograde. And when we have planets going retrograde, it was like there was a huge pause. You know, December has this kind of lagging energy. It could be because of the cold weather for some of us. But while there was that pause, it was a chance for us to take care of ourselves, you see? So this is around the full moon. You know, full moons symbolize our feelings. So this is us getting in touch with our feelings. This is us balancing ourselves. So yeah, very interesting there. And we do have a full moon here with ask for a sign. So some of us needed to ask for a sign about the full moon, maybe some sort of sign about a completion or new beginning as well. Now, self-care is coming up with the Queen of Pentacles. So we need to take care of ourselves in a very grounded way, because the Queen of Pentacles, would be a Taurus energy, a Virgo energy, or a Capricorn energy. Now, something all those signs have in common is that they're very physically ruled. So I was talking to Capricorn about this earlier, because I think health came up for Capricorn too. So I was talking to them about how earth signs rule the physical body. You know, they rule they rule what's real and so our body is very real and physical and tangible. So this is about taking care, literally guys, this is about taking care of our physical body and our spiritual body, because and more so our physical body, I guess, because spiritually we're probably not, you know, there is no cup cards here except for right here. We end the month with emotion. So, you know, I do see that the most of December was really not emotional. It wasn't emotional concentrated. It wasn't concentrated on emotion. But secretly in the cards it is, you know. But as far as actual cup cards, they're, you know, like these cards, there's no cups except for right at the end. So it's like we had to wait. You know, we might have been feeling emotionally detached or something. But this is coming up. The Queen of Pentacles is a very physical character, and Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, they take care of themselves very good. Most of them. I'm not saying that there's not some who don't, but for the most part, they have a lot of energy. Some of them exercise. A lot of them make sure they're drinking water. So, you know, we want to take care of ourselves in a very physical way. And I know that's a little bit interesting, but, you know, we also need to value self-care, because we have this queen here. She's looking down at a pentacle. Now, it doesn't have to be money, even though some of us do need to take care of our values and our finances, okay? Especially because this is coming up at the beginning of our reading. Making sure to balance our finances, especially because, look, we have dealt with Saturn restricting our 10th house of money and our 10th house of career for too long. And now that we're out of that, we're going to be really careful about, it's like we've been set free financially. You know, we've dealt with feeling like money was so restricted for so long. So, you know, and right here, it could be also about, you know, I was just saying that because we're balancing our value. We're balancing our finances. So some of us really do need to take care of our finances. But I'm seeing a deeper message here, that we need to value. This queen is looking down at this pentacle like it's the most beautiful thing she's ever seen. So if we could just see our emotion like this queen sees this pentacle. Like, you know, the Queen of Cups didn't show up for a reason. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So some of us are taking on a more fiery energy or a more grounded, earthy energy. Some of us are taking on more of a grounded energy, I want to say. And we want to value water and emotion and feelings and spirituality as much as this queen. You know, this is us valuing ourselves, valuing self-care enough. You know, this might be us leaving certain people. This might be us changing certain things in our diet, certain things in our lifestyle. This could be us quitting. This could be, you know, tarot is very interesting. This doesn't have to be literal. You know, all of us are going to have to do different things to take care of ourselves, because we're all not taking care of ourselves in different ways. Some of us are drinking a lot of alcohol. Some of us aren't. Some of us are smoking a lot of cigarettes or not getting enough sleep. For me, I don't sleep very well, and I'm not getting enough oxygen, so I needed to start taking B12 pills. So, you know, it's interesting that this is coming up. It's just important for us to take care of ourselves all throughout December and all throughout January and February, March, all throughout 2018. We have to value ourselves like the Queen of Pentacles does. We have to value ourselves enough to take care of ourselves. Someone who doesn't value themselves, remember how I was saying, someone who doesn't appreciate themselves isn't even going to have the potential to even know that they need this kind of thing going on. You know, it takes a lot of confidence to, it's like you've been deprived, you're like dehydrated. And I mean that emotionally. Some of you may be actually dehydrated. I'm kind of thirsty right now, but, you know, I'm seeing this more as a metaphor. This could be for the Pisces who, like me, who have, you know, let their emotions go for a while because of certain pain and harshness of the world that I've realized. But this is us getting back in touch with that emotion, and getting back in touch with the love that we found inside our own hearts, appreciating our own self, our own health. Okay? So you want to let that tiger drink from the water, and you want to value that. You want to show appreciation for that. It's about valuing ourselves. There is a new beginning of self-care. I see Pisces, this is not our typical energy. But there's going to be some people who don't know who the hell we are anymore. And you know what? That's fine, because some of y'all I don't want to know anyways. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people in my life that I'm dealing with. So you guys might feel the same way. So it's fine if they don't realize who we are. We don't really want them to realize who we are anyways. Maybe if you were in my life, maybe if you were kinder to me and didn't just pop up whenever you wanted to, whenever you needed something, then maybe, you know, you'd know who I am. You would have been with me. Now, see this angel here, whoever this person is to us, they're going to know who we are because they're with us throughout the changes. You ever realize, like, you know, what came to mind just then is like, I have these little cousins. I haven't seen them in a long time, but you know, it's like everybody's grandmother. You know, when you go back to see your grandmother after a long time, they're like, oh, you grew so much. You don't even look the same. Whereas someone who's with you every day, you know, they don't really notice the little changes that happen every day because they see you every day. But someone who sees you once a month, you know, every so often, they're not going to notice. They're not going to know who you are. They're going to notice all these little changes about you, but they're not going to know what caused those changes. You know, it's going to be a little bit foreign to them. So I don't know. That's just something that kind of just came to my mind there. All right, so that's how we started December. Started it off with some sort of appreciation. We started it off with some sort of love that we had for ourselves. I love the fact that we started out with loving ourselves. Now, I mentioned before that some of us aren't, and this is the sign that we really need to, because yeah, you have to understand that if you're not loving yourself, you're not going to show appreciation, or you're going to miss out on this passionate journey, and you're not going to take care of yourself, and that might be really bad for some of you. Those of us who love ourselves and show appreciation, we might catch a health issue before it manifests into something worse, right? We got to take care of ourselves. Pisces, we go through way too much emotionally. We are way too sensitive not to make sure we're taking care of ourselves, okay? This is something I realized today. So it's no surprise that it's coming up in the reading. That's how real tarot can be. So let's go ahead and move on to the middle of December. But remember, these energies can happen anytime. So we're heading into the middle, and this is where we're at now. I would say the 19th. Today's December 19th, so we're right around the middle right here. And then this is the future half of the reading, okay? So we have acceptance. And, you know, this is a full moon here. And a few cards, I believe Gemini got this card, Capricorn got this card. So a lot of signs this month are really in a place of acceptance. And come the middle of December, especially after, you know, it's so beautiful, so amazing what we realize and what we learn to accept after we love ourselves and after we take care of ourselves. It's like we start, our eyes open in a way that we didn't know before, and we're able to, and full moons do that as well. So I'm loving that there's a full moon here, because there's certain new beginnings and completions that we're going to need to accept come the middle of December. And I'm seeing these white flowers in her hair. So this acceptance that we have is really gonna light our crown chakra up. You know, it's gonna grow us mentally. That's why we see these flowers here in her hair, and they're white. So we're really going to be having pure thought. And I believe that this is the Gemini full moon. It could be the Cancer full moon. But I believe, you know, we're ruled by the moon. Or we're not ruled by the moon, but we're the moon card in tarot. So I believe we were experiencing some enlightenment around the Gemini full moon. And I think the Gemini full moon helped us accept certain things. We need to accept these completions and new beginnings because they're all meant to be. Certain people in our life, certain people not in our life anymore, we have to accept. The key to life is acceptance. Now, since this is the middle of the month, this could also be the new moon, even though this is clearly a full moon, but it's still a moon. And since it's coming up here in the reading, and yesterday there was a Sagittarius full moon. So, you know, for some of us, this could be the Sagittarius new moon. I'm sorry, I think I said full moon, but it's definitely a new moon that happened yesterday. The full moon happened beginning of January, the 3rd. Now this is the middle where we're getting more in depth into the December. But whatever this acceptance is, Pisces, it really is going to help our mental growth. It really is going to enlighten us to some sort of truth. And it's going to help us accept things, whereas before, you know, maybe not accepting things was exactly what was keeping us in bad situations or something like that. So we're really in a place of acceptance come the middle of December, which is great to see. And we have that acceptance card coming out with the Seven of Swords. So, I'm sorry, the Six of Swords. This is the Six of Swords. And interesting, we have the Six of Swords down here, and we have the Six of Pentacles. So, going back to this energy here in the beginning of the month, whenever I see cards coming out with the same number, that's very, very important. So, we have the Six of Pentacles starting out the first week, and then now those pentacles have turned into the decision to leave. So, there's certain areas that aren't balancing out in our lives in December. You know, we're not going to be the typical Pisces that we usually are and stay down here where the water is all rumbly. You know, we're not going to stay in a bad situation emotionally, because going back to the tiger drinking and the angel drinking, well, you know, the reason why we're drinking from that water is so that we can invite new clear waters into our life. You know, it's very important that we're replenishing the waters that maybe what I'm seeing in my mind, Spirit showing me that, you know, just picture someone really muddy. Picture a beautiful clear lake, and that's us. We're water, right? We're water, and we're this beautiful clear river. And then we have the dirtiest person come to our clear, beautiful river of healing just to clean themselves off so that they look better for someone else, and then they leave us. We get used a lot for our water, and I think we're noticing that. So we're not going to stay, you know, the whole point of drinking from those rivers in the beginning of our reading was so that we could get new water that no one but who we want to, you know, interesting. No one but who we want to drink from, you know, the tiger, which is us, we're getting this new water, right? And the only person around us here is a very clean, pure angel. So when where our waters are being purified in December, and it's because we're coming up on a new year, we're coming up on new energy. So come the end of December, our waters are going to be crystal clear again. And it's going to be up to us to keep dirty motherfuckers out of our water. Okay? Only let angels and only let people of purity into our emotion. That's this new journey. That's what this new journey is talking about here. Now back to this 6/6 energy, which is a very angelic energy. Don't worry about 6/6. You know, that's not an evil number. It's actually a very beautiful angelic number. Now, speaking of dirty people and everything like that, it's not gonna happen. People who are just beggars, because, you know, some people see these men down here as beggars who only come around when they need something and then they leave. We know people like that, Pisces. So it's interesting that we have starting the month out with the Six of Pentacles, and then we move to the Six of Swords. So some of us are going to be taking our value, which are these coins, and mentally leaving. You know, we're going to pack up our Six of Pentacles and mentally make the decision to leave. Now, for some of us, and, you know, this is all about balance as well, this card here. So for some of us, situations that, you know, if someone's just giving us crumbs, that's not going to be balanced. We love ourselves now. You know, we wouldn't give ourselves crumbs, so we're not going to be with people who give us crumbs either. So I do see that we're going to be leaving certain situations for good in December. We've just had enough, you know. So I see something here about pentacles turning into thoughts, value turning into thoughts. So, you know, there's some sort of leaving taking place here, because it's for the sake of balance, you know. It's for the sake of our own waters, you know. We can't, if people haven't changed, you know, we're not even going to bother. We're not going to humor them anymore. We're not going to, you know, we're not going to put on the rose-colored glasses and paint a different picture, because we do that a lot, Pisces. You know, we'll know somebody's darkness. We'll know somebody's manipulative, but we'll tell ourselves a different story so that we can stick around and wait for them to change, because we do this thing where we see the best in everyone. We do this thing where we see the potential in a person. Well, no more of that. We can't base people off of their potential when they're also being who they are right now. Like one day, you know, I know everybody needs that one person who sticks around and believes in them. Look, we had it. We had it. So I get it, but Pisces, that can't be us anymore. We're always that person that sticks around. You know, we're always that person that sticks around and believes in people who feel this low. But, you know, maybe they got themselves there. Maybe they weren't valuing their self. Maybe they weren't loving their self or showing appreciation or taking care of themselves. Now, one of the things that I'm going to tell you is that the universe doesn't like it when Pisces allows people to do that. You know, sometimes like Pisces are powerful enough to actually screw up the universe's plan a little bit. And what I mean by that is that, you know, we take people back. We forgive sometimes when we're not supposed to. So we keep people from their karma sometimes by accident. You know, we don't mean to do that, but we upset the universe when we do that. So really allow people to receive their karma, okay? Especially because Saturn has moved into our 11th house. So please be sure that you're letting people receive their karma, because if you don't, you're going to take that karma on for yourself, and we've done too much of that. That's a thing in the past, okay? So take your value and move on with it. Love yourself enough to take, instead of giving these pentacles away, pack them up. You know, you might have a few people in the boat with you, and I'm going to tell you what I told all the other signs. This is the karmic boat. After Saturn moves in, and it's interesting that this is coming up right now, today, this is the karmic boat. So now that Saturn has moved, anybody who's in our life is meant to be there. Okay, that's why they're on the boat with us. But take note that there's only two people. One of them is a very small child, and that could be our inner child. And one of them is this figure that isn't showing their self. So that could be, you have to decide who that is. I know who that is for me. And they deserve to be on that boat with me. Anybody who isn't on that boat, though, you know, they're just not meant to be in our life. Okay, they were probably really bad people for us. So this card talks all about leaving a situation behind. You see how that water is really choppy right there down at the bottom, right here? Well, we're making the decision to move to calmer waters. This is the water that the tiger was drinking. This is the water that the angel was drinking. This is that clear water, right? This is new emotion. Our emotions had a lot of dirt in it before. It wasn't clear. It was kind of cloudy, murky, nasty lake water. But now, this is beach water. This is like Bahamas. You know, we kind of upgrade in here. But you have to make the mental decision. Swords are all about mental decisions. So some of us are going to make the mental decision to leave after we accept something, because this is coming out, you know, with the acceptance card. Now, the Gemini full moon, which is why this is air, it might have provided us with mental truth. This is Mercury retrograde coming back around. Everything we learned from all year enlightening us, and we might make a decision to leave something because we want better for ourselves now. We want calmer waters. We don't want to be emotionally unstable. It's going to be sad to leave. This card talks about being sad about where you're leaving, but you know, you're always moving towards something, but you have to let go. In order to move, you know, one door open, another door closed, whatever, we have to make the mental, this is mental and emotional decision. This is the mental decision to leave something emotionally. And do you see how that's true in this card too? The mental decision to leave something emotionally. The emotion here symbolized by the moon. The mental here symbolized by the flowers growing. So see how our mind is growing come the middle of December? And we might not be leaving actual people. This could be the decision to just leave a certain situation alone, to not text a certain person anymore, to not allow, this is blocking certain people so that they, you know, this is, you're going to become unreachable. You're not going to be as easily reachable anymore. And some people are going to be wondering where Pisces is. Like, where is that girl or guy at that I always used to go to when I was sad? They were always there to talk to me. But now they're not there. And they might not even be smart enough to know how wrong they treated us. Like, some people just hit us up when they need something. Once again, we started the month off with these people. You know, I know this means balance too, but maybe we're balancing out the beggars and the givers. So I am seeing us leaving certain things here in the middle of December because of acceptance. Now, I might have a little bit more to say about that. I just know that where we're headed is way better. You see this, the trees here, we're headed to a way grounded, you know, where we were, the relationships we were in, the places we lived, the careers we had. It was taking way too much of a toll on our emotions. I mean, look at, like, we were really, in order to, like, come on now. Why would we have to drink, you know, why is self-care coming up? It's very, very obvious that we were mistreated. You know, we don't, you know, some of us could have did it to ourselves, but we're loving ourselves now. So it doesn't really matter if we did it to ourselves or if someone did it to us. Both are equally sad. So let's move on here to the middle of our reading. This is the most important one because this is the center of our reading and everything is surrounding this, okay? So we have Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron helps people at the beginning of a spiritual journey. Now, I am going to tell you that this is a Virgo card. So some of us are, you know, dealing with a Virgo. Some of us are, there's some sort of Virgo energy. And if we're not dealing with a Virgo, then Virgo is our opposite sign. So it's time to be a little bit more like our opposite sign. And that's interesting. Self-care is coming up with the Queen of Pentacles. So we could very much be embodying a more Virgo energy or a more Capricorn, some type of earth energy. So that might be what the Archangel Metatron is talking about, but this is all about balance. So I believe the majority of our reading is talking about and speaking to balance. And of course it is. That's why we started the month out with balance, right? So the Archangel Metatron helps with balance. You know, it's very Virgo related. It's a very, very, very positive card. I love that there's an archangel visiting us. This is right in the middle, right? So this is Archangel Assistance. I'm just going to look real quick here in this book to see if there's anything that sticks out about the Archangel Metatron. Archangel Metatron is the first angel on the Tree of Life. Okay, immediately that sticks out to me. So Archangel Metatron is the first angel on the Tree of Life. And he helps those who are newly upon the spiritual path. He oversees indigos and ensures that their spiritual gifts stay open and active. Like all archangels, Metatron is unlimited and is able to be with everyone who calls upon him. This card asks you to work with Archangel Metatron in your daily life to welcome messages and signs. Welcome messages and signs confirming that let's see here. To welcome messages and signs confirming to you that you are perfect no matter what. This powerful messenger of heaven can help bring you peace in situations you feel are very unfair or imbalanced. Every time you call upon Archangel Metatron, this angel will immediately go to work bringing you a calm understanding of the situation. Interesting. And let's see. He will also help you let go of resentment and unforgiveness so that you can move on and not allow lower energy to affect your life. Not allow lower energy to affect your life. Interesting. I knew I should read that book a little bit there. Now, there's certain things that I remember about Archangel Metatron, like him helping spiritual people when they're on their spiritual journey, but him being the first, this is a him. I know angels don't have gender. It looks like a woman, right? But it's not. It's a him. So this angel, you know, we really do need to call upon this angel. And I tell you what, guys, it's very real to call upon an angel. It's very easy. You just have to say, Archangel Metatron, be here with us now. Be here with all these Pisces. Be here with me. And help me forgive and move on. Now, since that talks about forgiveness and moving on, you know, it's interesting that we do actually decide to accept something and move on. And then right after that, the Archangel Metatron. So it might help us with any harsh energies, forgiving or anything like that. And we really do need to accept that, Pisces. We don't want to, you know, hold emotional space for things that aren't happening now anymore. Now, another thing that stuck out to me is that this is a messenger of heaven. Now, that reminds me of Mercury, because Mercury is the messenger of God. So it says that Archangel Metatron is a powerful messenger of heaven. Helps those who are newly upon a spiritual path. So I believe, you know, this month is about a spiritual path that we're going on. I do. And I believe that, you know, it's a very new one. I know that we've been on a spiritual path for a long time, but this is pretty new. And it's interesting that Archangel Metatron is all about balance, because we have the Two of Pentacles and we see this infinity symbol. So we definitely want to show appreciation to the Archangel Metatron, and we definitely want to balance things. You know, this is coming up again here, balance, balance, balance. Okay, so balance is really important for Pisces, especially in the finances. And this is probably Capricorn energy, why this is happening. This is the balance that needs to take place in our finance and career after 3 long years of Saturn restricting our career in finances. You know, we really need to come out and balance our finances. Some people might not understand why we can't let them borrow money, but it's because, you know, we've been really broke and now we're loving ourselves, and we need to make sure that first and foremost we are balanced. Now, another thing about this card to me is if you look in the back of him, we see these boats, okay? So, wow. You see this boat here? You see how the water was really wavy? Well, here's a better look at that image in a different card. Because in the back of it, we see this boat. So there are very much ups and downs that we faced in December in 2017. But we tried our best to balance. This is our energy. This came up in the middle. So, you know, we are dancing to the stresses of life. This guy, he's pretty worried if you look at his face. He's worried about finances. But, you know, he's trying to handle things the best that he can. You know, he's trying to have fun even though he's stressed out. He's trying to handle the ups and downs of finances and emotions the best that he can. And, you know, this guy has Archangel Metatron to help him. So I wouldn't worry too much, Pisces, because we are the masters of infinity. It's our energy that understands infinity the most, okay? I'm trying to get my camera to lighten back up. Okay, there we go. So there's a need to balance. Archangel Metatron talks about balance. We started our reading off with balancing of finances. So I believe our emotion had a lot to do with finances. It had a lot to do, it had a lot to do with, you know, I think our emotions and our finances played off of each other all year. You know, I'm seeing that very strongly. Very, very strongly. Oh, get out of my video, Ty. My little dog wanted to come see you guys. So, yeah, there's some balancing going on. And I do see here, it's very important that we take note of those ships in the background there. Because this is the karmic ships. You know, there's certain people on our ships, and there's certain people who aren't coming along with us. And it's because we left some of them behind. So I love that that's coming up in our reading. And the Archangel Michael is going to help us forgive certain people, you know, forgive our past, things like that. So let's move on, and we'll finish up the middle of December, and then we'll go on into the future. So we have, you already know. So this is a pretty cool card to come out for Pisces. This came out for Leo, and I believe it came out for Sagittarius as well. So that's pretty cool. It's interesting though, because what I notice about this card is that she's walking alongside a river. So it's interesting that we talk about the ups and downs of our emotion. And, you know, this is some of us actually already know. You know, water symbolizes emotion. Water symbolizes intuition. So there's certain things that we know in our intuition, and certain things that we know intuitively, right? This talks all about intuition. You already know. That's very intuitive, right? To already know something. Well, what is it that we already know, Pisces? Whatever it is, we're going to already know about it come the middle of December. And, you know, there's a lot of things that we already know. We're very psychic. We have a lot of premonitions. And if you don't already know, we have ask for a sign right here. So you already know that you need to ask for a sign. Or if you don't already know, you want to ask for a sign. This could have something to do with, you already know you need to balance things out. You already know something about the self-care. You might already know something about exploring. Because I am seeing water here. So we intuitively know things already. We are kind of like the angels of intuition. So, you know, it's interesting that this lady seems like she's still contemplating something, like when she already knows it. She already knows, but she's still kind of confused in her mind about something. See, she looks like she's, why would she need to walk? You know, she's walking and she's like, I already know this. So maybe this is us already knowing the certain outcome to a situation. You know how it is, Pisces. You already know. Like, you already know. And this card is coming out with the Ace of Pentacles. So what this is telling me is that you already know that this blessing is coming. You've been able to feel it for a very long time. You also already know something very real. Pentacles symbolize something very real, something you can touch, something you can feel. So there's something related that, you know, there might be some sort of earth energy that you already know something about, or something finance and career related, especially because we no longer have Saturn in our career house, right? So there's something that you already know. You already know that you're going to need to take this Ace of Pentacles, you know. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. So even though we receive this looks like a very big coin, right? But Pisces, even if we do receive some sort of substantial amount of money, you know, even if we're sharing it with certain people, because I do see, you know, Pisces, we're never gonna, we might start loving ourselves, we might start taking care of ourselves, but we're always gonna give. We're just not ever gonna be people who don't give at least a little bit. You know, he is giving just a little bit, but we're always gonna give, right? Part of loving ourselves is actually continuing to give to certain people who deserve it in our life. Those of those people who we care about, family, certain friendships, people who are there for us. You know, there's something there with that, and you don't want to give too little to those people, especially if you got given some sort of Ace of Pentacles this month. Though some of us really did receive some sort of blessing. Some of us received money, some of us received a house or a new apartment or something. I know we are blessed this month. I'm blessed. My dog came to live with me. I missed him so much, you know. So we already know something about this Ace of Pentacles, and we already know what we're supposed to do with it as well. That relates to me personally. So, you know, you want to balance this Ace of Pentacles out, because some people think this Ace of Pentacles is like the best of, like, oh wow, you're so rich, you know. But Pisces, you know, since we had Saturn in our 10th house, even this Ace of Pentacles looks small to us. And I don't want to seem ungrateful. I definitely want to show appreciation to this Ace of Pentacles and to this real, feelable, seeable blessing. Because I'll be honest, there's some blessings that happened for me in December that I can see, that I can feel, I can touch, I can spend. And it's helped me out. And I'm very appreciative. I already know that. But I am still feeling a bit like this. This is stressing out about finances, but this is coming up in the middle. You know, we need to let our worries go financially, because, you know, we only have experienced what we experienced for the last 3 years because of Saturn being in our 10th house of finances and career. You know, we don't need to worry about money. We don't need to give so little, especially to those who appreciate us, especially to those who helped us on our self-love journey. You don't want to give crumbs to someone who gave you the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, you want to make sure that, you know, and you already know this, Pisces. You already know who gave you what. You already know how to balance this out, right? So just try to do it in the most positive way that you can, while mastering your emotions behind you at the same time, right? A lot of up and down here, but the infinity. And also, money is an infinite. So, you know, there's no sense in stressing out about something that's paper. And I know that's easier said than done, but I really don't want us stressing out about finances right now when we're so blessed. It's just going to be a distraction. So that was the middle of December. It looks like middle of December we're getting some finances here, some sort of financial windfall. Now let's move into how we end the month, the ending of December. Then we'll get to the bottom of the deck for us. So let's see here. Okay, yep. Now, this is full-blown Saturn. Okay, this card came up for Virgo in the exact position. So there's some Virgo, Pisces, something going on. You know, and when I did this for the Virgo reading, I actually took out my book and I read a little bit about what this meant in this deck. So I remember from the Virgo video that this talked about authority figures in our life. It talked about, you know, well, let's check again, because Virgo had allow love as well, and I'm thinking that some of what I remember might be from the allow love card. So let's see here what authority has to say, just in case there's some sort of message that I might miss. All right. All right. Authority. The way our world is currently designed, people in authority impose rules upon us. In many situations, it must be this way to maintain order. As an indigo child, you possess an inner truth detector telling you that people in power often abuse such authority. This is one of those most important cards that you can receive because your role in this world is to help redesign our planet and society to become a place of fairness. When dealing with authority figures, please know that anger will not get you anywhere, but calm assertiveness definitely will. Anytime you feel controlled or ruled by something or someone, ask the angels to guide you through the situation in a way that will bring about a perpetuate and that will perpetuate peace. In this way, you clear the path for others who will benefit from your peaceful leadership. Okay, Pisces. So yeah, this is pretty straightforward to the point. This is talking about authority in our life. Okay, and let me tell you, Saturn is all about authority. Okay, but we see some light here in this card as well. We do see the light, and you want to look up to your own light, and you want to look to your own inner guidance, because this is towards the end of the month. Saturn is going to be in full effect. And, this came out with the Sagittarius card. So I think the only reason this came out is so that I could verify, the reason why we've been, I think this is Saturn kind of apologizing to us. If Saturn is even like that. This is Saturn and Sagittarius straight up. This is a Saturn and Sagittarius message. And, as I was reading just then, it was talking about how certain rules happen to create order. It happens to, so that, it's all to maintain order. So, whether we're talking about Saturn in Sagittarius or Saturn just now moving into Capricorn, it really depends. But no matter what, just know that authority in our lifetime, even people who abuse power and people who use their authority, police officers or whatever, Saturn in Capricorn is really going to bring about authority issues. We have a lot of authority issues in our office as our president or whatever you want to say. There's a lot of people in power who are abusing it. The way this world is set up, it's not cool. And I remember that card saying that, we were born to kind of create a new world, to show people that it's important that everything's fair and balanced. Well, this card came up with the Sagittarius card. And you see how this card is, he's pouring one cup into another. So there's so much in our reading about balance. I think that we're actually going to be reaching a point of balance here because we have the Temperance card, and that has a lot to do with the temper as well. So if you find yourself struggling with authority at the end of the month or heading into 2018, just know that you want to handle it calmly. You want to handle it, you want to be, you don't want to lose your temper. You want to just handle it. You want to be assertive. But you want to be calm about it because anger is never going to help. That's how people get shot and killed by police officers, is when they get angry, So, authority is coming up for us. Authority is coming up. And, we want to be careful and we want to see the light in these situations because Pisces, we're very strong empaths. So I know there's going to be times where we see someone literally abusing their power. Well, we want to, moderate that situation and be the peacemaker in that situation. It shouldn't be that hard for us to do that because we're peacemakers as it is. So this is a very powerful message here at the bottom of our reading. Saturn in Sagittarius, there was a reason why our finances were restricted. There's a reason why there's certain rules and regulations placed in our life. So to be honest, I can't wait to do our Capricorn video because I'm going to be talking a lot about the karma within the groups of people we associate with, and the karma, this has everything to do with other people's karma. So whereas karma was all about, our career and our money, well, it's going to start kind of moving into an area, well, it's already moved into an area of our chart where it's kind of like we need to become the balance. Everyone else might be, feeling this authority, But I think Pisces and Virgo are two energies in the zodiac wheel that are really here to, lifestyle and spirituality. If we could just master those two things, then I think that's part of the reason why we have power struggles. And, you really want to balance out any power struggles that you're dealing with in December headed into the new year. Now, one thing I'm going to add here is that, it's kind of cool being a Pisces because we've experienced Saturn in our 10th house for the past 3 years. Now Saturn is in the 10th house of the universe, where it's our 11th house now. Sagittarius is our 10th house. So this is really talking about Saturn and Sagittarius and why that period of time had to take place, because it was all about balance. You see we had to put one foot in our emotion. And did you feel like that a lot, Pisces? I felt like that a lot for the last 3 years, that, maybe that's why we haven't really had a good hold on our emotion, because we had one foot in our emotion and the other foot on ground. And, it's interesting that we have these two balance cards, because we have one of his feet are up off the ground, So there's a lot here with that. And I'm liking here that we have balance at the beginning of our reading, and then we have balance here in moderation. So it's all about balance and moderation this month. And I think that's because we've accepted a lot of things about our life, and we've also started to love and appreciate ourselves, taking a lot better care of ourselves here. So I think there's a lot coming in here. I see lots of finances coming in. You already know that finances are, it's part of that Saturn, the whole reason why we had to wait so long is, remember that Knight of Pentacles coming in with the Nine of Cups? Well, you already knew that Ace of Pentacles was coming. So moving on here, we have health. Health is coming up. We have self-care and health. We need to balance our health. You see how she has that balance scale? So, Pisces, make sure you're drinking water. We have these fruit here. So, I'm not sure, what you guys are doing. It scares me just a little bit that this Eight of Wands is coming, with health. So there's something coming in fast with health. And I know that this card talks about, just taking good care of yourself. So, it's better if we started to do that in the beginning of the month. If we started to drink water at the beginning of the month, that's why self-care, that tiger drinking and that angel drinking or whatever, there's a reason why that was coming up, because Capricorn is really going to bring the karma. So if we've been doing bad things, smoking a lot, drinking a lot, karma's a bitch. And sometimes it's our physical bodies that pay the price, right? So we really it's really important that, Capricorn rules health. Capricorn rules the physical body. So now that it's Capricorn season almost, we're really going to need to focus on our health. Make sure we're drinking water. Make sure we're exercising. Make sure we're eating better. We need to get on better schedules. It's just time to take care of our physical body. It's, from back up here, I was sick. I got sick on Thanksgiving, and I was sick on Halloween. So for the past 2 months, I had strep throat really bad. And now, I don't know if it's because I've been recording a lot of videos, but my throat is starting to hurt again. And I just pray that I'm not coming down with strep throat again for Christmas. Because that would just be way too weird. It would be way too weird for me to get sick at the same time, around the same time every month for the past 3 months. But there's something fast moving in. This is very fast movement. This is something moving. So okay, instead of getting all negative and scared about this, what this means is get everything moving in one direction. So this is us on a schedule, waking up at a decent time, going to bed at a decent time, eating decent food, drinking a decent amount of water. We want to get everything moving in one direction, because for so long, everything's been going everywhere. Like, it's not necessarily our fault that our health is not really balanced, but it is time that we are paying attention to that, because we need to moderate everything. We need to balance. Even this is probably Saturn's authority coming in. And don't forget that authority definitely came up at the bottom of our reading. So we will be dealing with certain authority figures, certain powerful figures. The Saturn rules father figures. This is, Virgo got this too. So for some reason, Pisces and Virgo are the only two signs that got, authority. So it's almost as if we're being called to our own authority. Maybe we're angels of authority and we don't even know it. We might be kind of balancing authority out for others. And I think Virgo is going to struggle a little bit more with moderation Virgo is going to struggle a little bit more with authority figures than we are. But I don't want to, you know, I have all the faith in Virgo, but you know, whatever this is, it's karma's coming really fast. Okay, but you want to get everything moving in the right direction. You want everything, because these are kind of like arrows, and it's interesting that Sagittarius is the archer, because it's like Sagittarius shot these arrows of authority to us, and now everything's, you know, it's all moving, and this is fast communication, and it's coming up with authority. So the authority is really going to come down for Pisces in their health, and I felt that immediately today, because I'm pretty in touch with the universe. So it's like I was already ahead of this. I already knew. Isn't that interesting? I already knew about this authority. I already knew about health, and I think maybe a lot of you already did too. So the ending of our reading is we end the month with exploring. Okay, and it's interesting. It's like we really do accept a lot this month, because this card came out for Gemini's reading, and you know, the message that I got there is that everything, this is all water under the bridge now, because we see this bridge. So there is a certain bridge that we're crossing, and it's almost as if that's happening in this part of the reading as well, except it's like this boat is gonna actually flow underneath this bridge. But here is the bridge that we're walking. Now, this means that, you know, we might want to, or we might not want to. It depends. But there's going to be certain bridges burned. So we might not ever be able to come back. If we really accept the fact that we're done, you know, we're leaving a lot of things behind for good in 2017. And I'm actually really proud of us. We're not mad. It's not that we hate you or that, you know, we're just moving on. We're just moving on. You know, we're not looking back anymore. We're ready to move forward to something better. So these cards, I think Gemini got these two cards together, but this message is coming out for us as well. You know, these are two cards where we're leaving something with a little bit of regret, but we're ready to do it because we're leaving something bad behind to get to somewhere way more peaceful, okay? And we've been waiting for that for a really long time. Now, for some of us, this is a soulmate bridge. So we might not be walking this bridge alone, because this is coming up with the Six of Cups. Now, this is when Mercury is direct around this time. Mercury goes direct. So the soulmates coming in from the past and everything like that. This is the past and the future. So, you know, this is also the soulmate card. So for some of us, you know, there may be some type of something here with a soul. We end the month here with this energy here, the Six of Cups and explore. So okay, for some of us, we need to really explore our soulmate. Those of you who haven't found your soulmate or twin flame yet, you really want to explore. You want to get out. And for some of you, your soulmate is just on the other end of this bridge. For some of you, your soulmate is on the other end. Some of you are going to have to leave. You know, your soulmate is wanting you too, but you've been holding on to certain things that are keeping you from making the decision. You know, you already know that. So you know how we had a fourth house energy and 10th house energy this month? Well, some of our soulmates could be literally at a job that we need to let go. Like we've been working at this job for so long. We don't want to upset our boss. They really need us, make us feel bad for leaving. So we stay in this job that isn't really good for us, and we don't even know or realize that the new career opportunity we got because of our 10th house full moon, our soulmate is working there. The love of our life is working there. Or maybe we don't want to move because we've been here for so long and our landlord this, our landlord that. Well, our soulmate could be waiting. It might be just one move away. So you really want to chop everything up to water under the bridge. Anybody who's hurt you, remember that 10 of swords or whatever? Or that pain that we felt? Well, it's all water under the bridge now. Come December, you need to leave that behind. You need to leave that behind. On this side of the bridge, you know, you need to walk away from the pain and walk towards a brand new life of it, and you want to explore that life. But in order to explore, you have to be willing to let go of the norm. You have to let go of what you're used to. And sometimes we have to literally make a leap. We might not know where we're going to live or how we're going to pay the bills, but you know, those are some of the best times in the universe, because it's like the sky's the limit. Anything could happen, and Pisces do well with that kind of energy. You know, we'll find a way. And this is water energy as well. So walk across that bridge at the end of the month, Pisces. And you know, you just have to have faith in yourself, because there are certain things that we're leaving this month, and it's just time. You know, we've accepted it. You know, we already know that we need to leave these things behind, and it's all water under the bridge, especially if there's a soulmate from the past, a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You know, we may be leaving them behind. Especially because Mercury retrograde and everything like that, it might have brought some exes back, but we're being asked to explore a different energy. We're being asked to walk away from some sort of union from the past in order to explore something brand new. You know, I am seeing here, you want to explore. You have to explore to find your soulmate. You know, and your soulmate, this could be the bridge between the past and the future. You could be leaving one soulmate behind in order to walk the bridge to your twin flame. Everybody has love. Okay? All of us have love in this realm. You know, whether or not they're here with us is a different thing. But we all have a soulmate. We all have a twin flame. And, you know, sometimes it's so interesting that this is coming up, because in order to find your soulmate or twin flame, you have to love yourself first. And what do you think we started our reading with? Balance and loving ourselves, showing appreciation, taking care of ourselves. This is the perfect recipe for true love to come in. And that's exactly what I see happening at the end of the December, coming into January 2018. There's some sort of soulmate reconciliation. You know, and it's interesting, I just seen here out of the corner of my eye, in the back of this card, we have a guy back there. So there is someone getting left out of the equation, and you choose someone who is either older than you or younger than you, or from your past or from your future. So I don't know, Pisces, but we have the Six of Cups, and there's some sort of cup being given to us, but we got to explore in order to find this. And I'm seeing here that we've grounded our emotions, we've accepted our past, we're embracing the future, and we're ready to explore a brand new life. I love that we ended the month on explore. Like, come on now, I'm so excited for January now. Like, I can't wait to explore these new possibilities and these new energies. Like, we've balanced. I love this. We've balanced. There's so much balance and so much financial gain, so much self-appreciation and care for it's just amazing. Now, bottom of the deck is manifest, and underneath that is divine purpose. So it's in our divine purpose to manifest, 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 manifest. You can manifest anything you want, Pisces. You see this man, how he's creating light out of nothing? He's using his own willpower to create a situation of light. So you can manifest self-love. You can manifest appreciation. You can manifest self-care. So if you're sick, you can heal yourself. Okay? You can manifest acceptance for yourself. You can manifest certain situations of balance. You can manifest a new journey. You can manifest money. You can manifest finances for yourself. I kid you not. Manifesting is such a powerful thing. All you have to do is believe in yourself enough to do exactly what this man is doing here. Focus, believe. We are so spiritual. We are one of the luckiest signs. And we have Jupiter in a very lucky spot in our chart. So we can do it. You can manifest anything you would like. Anything. Anything. Remember that Nine of Cups? You can manifest that Nine of Cups. You can manifest the Ace of Pentacles, but some of you already know this. Some of you already know. You can manifest the ability to already know, not that you need it. Some of you are going to need to manifest moderation for yourself. It's really going to help you throughout December. And some of you need to manifest authority. Some of us are going to be our authority figures for ourselves. And I like seeing this because I'm not sure, Pisces, but it feels like Saturn's going to be a little bit kinder to us. That's what I got from this message. Virgo and Pisces are like, you know, Virgo has Saturn in their 5th house now, and we have it in our 11th house. Like, that's a rather easy energy for Saturn. But, you know, Saturn's always got a trick up his sleeve, so you know, you still want to be manifesting your way through this. You can manifest balance, and you can manifest the power needed to handle authority figures. You can manifest good health for yourself. That's what I want to manifest, is good health, because I just want to feel okay. You know, I want to continue to live. I'm finally happy. So I definitely don't want to leave Earth anytime soon, unless it's time, you know. But you want to manifest quickly, which is why the Eight of Wands is here. And some of you can definitely manifest a soulmate. You can manifest a love relationship or some type of emotional bond with someone. You can manifest that. You know, it's in your divine purpose to manifest, Pisces. You're understood. You know, you've done the self-work. Saturn is probably really happy with Pisces, I feel. For most of us, I hope he is. And not only that, but we have the passion. We have the Ace of Wands to help us. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. We don't have the Ace of Swords or, you know, the Ace of Cups, but, you know, it's because we've mastered that energy. All we need now is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. The finances, the real, touchable, feelable blessing, and then the passion and power to creatively maneuver our way through December, January, and February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, again. Now, this newfound passion, this is coming up again. This kind of crossroads here, but look at us. Well, now we're the Ace of Swords. So all we have to do is communicate. You know, we don't want to ignore our emotions too much. Okay, so there's some sort of Queen of Swords decision. The Lover's card is coming up again with the Ten of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so there's something here. Pain changes very quickly, and there's this lover that keeps wanting, like there's some sort of Gemini energy or something coming for Pisces. And I see it coming in quick. We have the Magician here. All right, so don't feel stuck. You can manifest anything you want, Pisces. So this is gonna be kind of difficult because I have my dog on my lap. Look at his cute self. Okay, so Pisces, that was your reading for December. That was kind of the wrapping up of, you know, you getting down? That was kind of the wrapping up of your year and of your month and of, you know, the energies that are kind of influencing these changes. Now, you don't want to forget that you can ask for a sign, okay? Ask for a sign. If there's any questions you have, you can ask me, you can ask the universe, you can ask the angels that are on our side. We have more than enough resources here to head into 2017, I'd say pretty grounded, pretty powerfully, you know? So I'm really not concerned. I'm actually pretty happy with our reading. You know, there was some things that here and there, but you know, what do you expect? So I'd love your guys' feedback. Don't worry, you're going to be seeing me a lot more often because I have Wi-Fi and my office is getting set up more and more as we speak. I'm going to be doing personal readings very soon, so be on the lookout for any information towards that in 2018. I'm very excited to start doing personal readings, talking to some of you on a personal level. If you're interested in a personal reading, please don't be afraid to comment below or message me or email me just so we can get a jump start on that. I'd love to start talking a little bit more about what you can expect in a personal reading. And I'll also be doing more videos on that. And keep a lookout for my Saturn videos next month. A lot of stuff going on, lots of changes with me, so I can only imagine what could be going on with you guys. But I'm sending you my best energy, blessings, love. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know. Please comment and let me know if you resonated or if it helped you. It means so much to me when you guys comment. Honestly, it does. Other than that, I want you guys to have a beautiful 2017. Stay positive. Remember this reading and all the energies here to help us. We can see what might challenge us. We see the obstacles. And, you know, there's no reason why we can't conquer this, guys. We are so stronger than what we started the year off in. I'm very proud of us. So finish the year strong. Start 2018 very positively and on the right foot, literally. And yeah, I guess I will talk to you in January. All right. Bye, guys. Happy holidays and all that fun jazz. See you soon.